number in the world, right? Watch how powerful it is. 9, boom, 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 right? Employees, I got 1 employee, I want to go to 10. I got 10 employees, I want to go to 100. How powerful is this? 100 employees, I want to go to 1,000, okay? Oh, I can't hire 1,000 people. Why? Because you're selfish.
I'm getting ready to go in and do a meeting for my sales team. They're on the phone every day. They think I'm going in there to talk about sales. I'm going in there to talk about money, because if you don't have your money right, if you're not thinking about money correctly, guess what? You're never going to make a sale. You're never going to push through the objections and the barriers and the hang-ups and everything that goes on in sales. It's a disappointing job. It's a tough job. It's a crazy job. It's like being an actor, okay? Why would anybody be an actor after they go on 100 auditions? Nobody ever picks them. They're like, I'm done. The only reason you want to do that is because you want to be a superstar. Okay, guys, so this is what I want to do. I want to talk to you about money today, not sales. All right. If you don't get the money right, you're not going to make the sale, period, okay? $1 million, $1 million. Peter Thiel, $2.8 billion. Peter Thiel said the single-digit millionaire, you know what that means? Guy with $1 million, or 2, or 3, or 4, cannot even provide his family with proper defense, legal defense in America. Much less emergencies, divorces, major lawsuits, business lawsuits, issues happening, 2 kids going to college. So what he's saying is this, okay? It became a very, very controversial article because he's like, rich dude scratching fingers on the chalkboard. The slides, okay, is saying, hey man, if you got $1 million, you're basically just a freaking deadbeat. And that your daddy didn't tell you that. Your daddy's like, oh man, $1 million, you and the money. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you today how to get through all this rejection and disappointment, discouragements, the hang-ups. You got to change the way you look at money. This is not money right here, okay? This is not money. This is just dumbness. This is you not making a decision. This is you being lazy, saying, man, $1 million and I'd be set. Just do the math on $1 million. I did this when I was 34 years old. $1 million. If you didn't have any more income and you were, how old are you? 27 years old, and you didn't have any income, $1 million. $1 million. What does that say right there? Oh, no income, 0 income. You're 27 years old. I'm going to do this at 47. I'm going to do it at 65. Okay, 27. You don't have any more income. How long would that money last? At $4,000 a month, you got 25 years. Where can you live on $4,000 a month? By the way, $4,000 a month assumes no other income. Social Security system's broken. Medicare is broken, because they are already. It's just a matter of when. Probably going to happen in most of your lifetimes. You'd have to live on $4,000 a month for 25 years. You will be 52 years old, my friend, and dead broke. Okay? $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month is what? $1,000 a week. You're spending probably $900 a month on groceries. What's your rent? $3,000. You got like 12 years left, and you're a millionaire. Everybody's like, oh my God, the iconic millionaire. You're wealthy. You're not wealthy, dude. You're worried is what you are, okay? Because you don't have new income. So watch what happens. What happens if there's an accident, a major car accident? Are you married? Okay, married kids? Okay, the 2 kids will cost $1.5 million each to get through college. So you're busted. You understand? So when you come to work in the morning, you're like, man, I need to make 80 grand this year. I need to make 8,000 or 10,000. You guys got to change your think on money. Like if you want to make real money, if you're 47 years old, you have until 62 to live. If you're 65 years old, by the way, and anything bad happens, like anything, you lose your job, you lose your income. If there's any inflation, this equation right here doesn't assume any inflation. It assumes everything stays the same and his rent never goes up. His car payments don't go up. Nothing goes up. It's impossible. It's an impossible cycle. The problem is nobody talks about this because nobody wants to go on TV and say, hey, millionaires are basically middle-class people that are worried about money. So when I did the math at 33 years old, I'm like, dude, I need a lot of money. This is where the whole 10X concept comes up from, all right? Hey, man, what if it took 10 million? By the way, I think that's the number. CNBC says it's 5 million. I think the number's really 10 million, okay? 10 million with no new income, you could probably live the life you wanted to. So how would you get that if that's the number? Because this is clearly not the number. Everybody agree with that? Yes. By the way, if you make 40 grand a year for the next 25 years, you're going to make $1 million anyway. You're going to make the money. If you make $80,000 a year, every time you double this, you cut the years. It takes 12 and a half years. If you make $160,000 a year, it takes you 6 years, right? Or you could just go make $1 million in a year. So you got to do the math. If you hadn't done the math, if you're going for the wrong target, I'm always talking about targets in here. You and the husband, you and the wife need to get the target right. Quit talking about, oh man, I love this new car. I'm going to go buy a new car, like Sislo. I'm going to get a new car. Dude, your attention needs to be on this. This is the target. It's not the watch, it's not the car, and it's not the vacation. It's freedom. 67% of wealthy people surveyed said they weren't going for wealth, for cars and boats and trips. They were going for the freedom of worry, to not be concerned about money every day. I want to be concerned about my kids. I want to be concerned about, what we do when we have time together. I want to be concerned about how happy I am in my marriage. I don't want to be worried about pieces of paper that I don't have enough of, or where it's going, or what things cost. That's why you're making these phone calls, okay? So now what's the target? Because if you're just in here making phone calls saying, hey, I'm gonna make a call, I'm gonna make a close, all you're gonna do is get me rich. I'm already rich, okay? And I started with zero, just so you guys know. I didn't have anything. So when you're sitting there on the phone thinking, how am I gonna get to there? You can, but you need to stay focused, okay? So number one thing you gotta do is this. You got to change the target, and you need to look at the target daily. The target, you have the wrong target right now. If you're struggling, you have the wrong target. When you change the target, everything changes, right? So that when I'm talking to a guy, dude, you're contributing to my 10 million. Every person I've ever sold, I treated like an investor. This guy is going to invest in my future. He's going to pay for my college. He's going to buy my shoes. Every time I'm on the phone, somebody's paying for my shit, right? So if I want to go on a trip, I want to go on a trip and I want to stay in a house that costs 25 grand a night. I didn't pay for that, man. Other people paid for that. That's other people's money. So you don't need to wait to be a bank to get other people's money, right? The money that I put in real estate, that is other people's money I'm putting in real estate. I had a guy yesterday say, man, how can you put 60 million in a deal? Dude, it ain't mine. It's like, what do you mean? You raising all? No, dude, I went and sold stuff. People gave me money and I put it in the real estate, which is part of this equation. Number one, the target. Number two, you need to get your income to a place. This is a fascinating concept right here. Okay, if you can do this, I guarantee you'll be rich. You need to get your income not to what pays your bills, but to where you can save 40% of your gross income is saved. Okay, now you want to talk about something difficult? This is way more difficult than that. If you can do this, you will get that. All right, so when you sit down and do the math, what would it take for you to save 40% of your income? So watch what happens. If you make $10,000 a month and you want to save 40,000 of it, you would pay yourself first. The government doesn't let you do that. They don't trust you. They're like, no, get that money from him first before he blows it. We know he's going to blow it. Okay. We know the IRS is going to they're going to withhold probably 4,000 of it. So look, if you'll pay the freaking IRS 4 grand of 10, you need to figure out how to pay yourself 4 grand. What's the problem here? You got to live on 2. So just keep doing the math out. This is the math you need to do with your spouse. You need to keep working it out until you're like, he's like, let's go buy a new car. Yeah, we ain't got any money for a new car. That's why when I was 35 years old, no one knew that I was a millionaire. Nothing had changed. I was still running with shit shoes, buying $40 shoes and working a shirt out as long as I could. And like, nobody saw, I didn't have fancy cars. I'm driving a Camry with $1 million in the bank. Because I was using this, okay? I pay the IRS. I've always paid those bastards. All right? And then what I did was, I'm a bank $4,000. And then I realized, dude, I can't live on two. It's making my life hard to do this. This money, by the way, a better word for saving is storage. I was storing money, not saving money. I'm storing it. I'm stockpiling, if you like that word better. You don't want to save money. It's worthless. It's like saving a legal pad. A legal pad is only good if you use it. Money is only good if you use it. How many heard this term? Cash is? King. It's worthless. Cash is worthless. It's not a king. It's no king, dude. Like cash is not king. Cash is shit. It just sits there and dies. Or you lose it. If you leave money in this storage account too long, guarantee you it will disappear. It always has in your life. If you look back over your life, the longer this money sits in storage, Pablo Escobar, was he the drug king? Yeah. That was his biggest problem. Mold, bugs, somebody steal it, rats. You don't want to leave it in storage too long because it's going to zero. All cash goes to zero. All right, so now when you do this math, you're like, dude, how much money do I actually need? Let's kick this up to 20 grand. At 20 grand, what happens? You're saving 8. Storage. You're paying 8. And now you can live on 4. See, now this is the right way to do a budget. You make 30,000, 12's going to storage, 12's going to the IR and the S, and that leaves you with 6. So now you can start seeing, dude, you got to be somewhere north of 300 grand a year. This is what they don't teach you at Harvard. You got to be somewhere north of 360 a year before you even have money to live on, unless you're just, you're a dreck. You're just an irresponsible human being that's, not storing money away for the future. Okay. Now you're saving 12 grand a month. That's $144,000 in 1 year. In 10 years, that's $1.4 million. In 10 years, you're a millionaire stored. Okay. So second thing to do, you gotta keep playing this 40% game. Todd, you need to work with your guys on, dude, where's your money at? Not on what the call is, not on what the script is, not on what how to handle the objection. You need all that, but dude, you need the driver here. You guys need to be heavily money motivated from a survival standpoint. Okay, number 3 thing you're gonna do. You're gonna go broke right here and invest the storage. Storage has to get invested. The golden goose is only good if she lays eggs. Otherwise, you can kill her. Eat her for a chicken. Need eggs. Money needs to make babies, right? So your goal right here is to invest the storage money and continue to do that until this money over here, the passive money, is equal to your income. Tough game, man. Right? So what would I do? I'd go out, I'm gonna make 30 grand. I'm gonna store 12, I'm gonna pay the IRS, I'm gonna live on 6. In Miami, you're like, there's no money left over. But there's 6 grand in storage right now. 6 grand, 6 grand, keep pumping the 6, keep pumping it until you find a place where you're like, I'm gonna invest this money now. When you make this move right here, do not invest in anything that is a maybe. Okay, you don't want to put your money in anything that's, dude, you can't risk this money. Warren Buffett says, don't lose money, number 1. Number 2, don't lose money. I would tell you, number 3, don't lose money. So what can you invest in? You can't leave it in the bank because that's losing money. They don't pay you anything. It takes you 833 years to double your money at the bank today. 833 years. To double your money at today's bank rates. So if you guys don't know this, you need to start looking at this saying, hey, at night, man, what am I doing with my money, man? Confront the beast, right? So right here, the passive income, your target right here should be my passive income now exceeds my monthly income. You just need to do the math on it. How much money would I need invested, right? So that this $12,000 I've been throwing in storage over time, Jared, where are you at? Don't you exceed your income right now?
Passive income is about 11 grand.
So his monthly income exceeds his salary. That's what you're looking for right there. Not his whole bonus and everything at the end of the year, but his monthly income from the investments now exceeds his income. Has that made you more or less motivated?
Extremely motivated.
So it used to be like, oh, debt, man. If you got enough debt, then you'll be motivated. No, you're not. You're going to be motivated for a little while to pay your car, and then you're going to be like, shit, this game's no fun, dude. This is a terrible game. All right. Okay, so look, it's simple. Target. What's your new target?
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. But let's put a number on it. So your first target should be $10 million and nothing short of that. And everybody in the room can do it. Okay, I can show everybody in the room somebody on this planet that came from your situation that's banked $10 million. You don't need a degree. Oh yeah, I can show you for every case bad problem you got. I can show you somebody you'd trade problems. You'd be like, no, I'll keep mine. You keep yours. Second thing, you got to get your income to 40%. You got to get your income to where you can bank 40% of your income. This is the most difficult part of this in the beginning because you're starving here until you confront the real problem. The real problem is income. Third thing is this money, you need to stay broke with this money. You need to get this money in a sacred account somewhere where no one is going to jack with this money. I remember my mom called me once and she's like, I got this thing going on. I'm like, I can't help you. I had a bunch of money sitting aside. It's just like, it's just piling up. Can't help you. I'd violate my policy here. Okay, let me go sell something, see if I can get you some money. Like no, anybody came to me for help. It was like, I'm not your guy. I'm not the bank. Can't help you, dude. I got my own shit going on here. I'm busted all the time. I'm broke all the time. This is what I got on me today. Okay, like I'm piling up everything right now to make another deal. Right, so that's what it means by being broke. It doesn't mean get money, blow it. It means get money, store it. Okay, find a place that's going to go where you don't lose the money. Number 3, don't lose money. Cars, don't buy them, lease them. Okay, where you live, don't own it, rent it. Don't own anything, dude. Just stack cash and wait till you can put it in something where it won't be lost. It just goes away for a while. And inflation over time, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, one day you look up and like, okay, I didn't lose my golden egg. That thing is protected. I got a little drip every month from it. And you keep adding to that so the drip gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you can come to work on Monday and say, dude, I got money coming in here. I got money coming in here, but I'm broke all the time. So I got to keep replacing the game. You know, when do you get off the treadmill? Whenever you want to. Once you get to there. Okay, questions?
When you talk about storing, is there a certain amount of storage that you should have before you move it?
I mean, I didn't have anybody that was saying, hey, come, you can jump on my vehicle. So I was trying to store enough if you know the story about the real estate deal, the first real estate deal I did was $78,000. It's because I had $5,000. My next deal would be 3 years later, and it was $350,000 purchase. So I was storing money the whole time until I found the right deal. In between, I was just shopping. Now, if I'd have had somebody that said, dude, just lay on my deal, I would have been pushing money there the whole time. I didn't need to own the whole first deal. I just needed to be in the right vehicle. Steve Ballmer, he was a partner with Bill Gates and Microsoft. Dude, the guy's one of the richest guys in the world. He didn't own the company. He was a partner in the company. So you need a vehicle. You need 2 vehicles. You need one that produces income so you can pay the bills over here and pay the IRS and eat. That's the one. You're just serving the basic needs from your job. The second one is the play. The second one is how you get the financial freedom. So what you're looking for while you're here is any little streams and rivers and canals that get bigger. Right? I'm looking for like if you look at where villages are on this planet, they're all where there's transportation routes. The bigger the transportation route, the bigger the stuff moving up and down the Nile. Oh, let's put a village here because there's food stopping here, gas stopping here, right? These are the valuable ports. Why? Because all the waterways meet there. So at this company, I could be on the call forever, making one call. It's one line, right? It's one little fiber optic line. Or you could start looking around and saying, dude, where's all the other flows here? Right? So you go tinker in this little stream, tinker in this little stream, tinker in this one. And you take on more responsibility and you're like, hey, I want a bigger vein here where all the flows come together. But you're not going to do any of that until you get great at what you do. You got to get great at this first thing. Keep the target in mind. Okay. See if you can keep it. Maybe you can't. Maybe you just lose the motivation. You're like, I can't do this. And then you just get recycled into the universe of people that are worried every day. And that's the reality of the situation. That's what Peter Thiel was saying. A single-digit millionaire cannot even provide themselves with their own personal defense in America. Okay? Hulk Hogan, all that money Hulk Hogan made, he blew it all. He blew it all, probably buying hair pieces. Okay? He blew it all, ended up with a little money, thought he was the shit. Oh man, I got a little money, until he had that freaking lawsuit, and then he can't even defend himself. Peter Thiel funded that lawsuit for him, right? So I had a lawsuit back in 2009. It cost me $200,000 a month to defend myself against a criminal lawsuit, a guy that sued me, trying to get money from me, holding me hostage. That's the game and the legal thing. It wasn't a car accident. It wasn't cancer. It wasn't my mom getting sick. It wasn't kids. I didn't have kids yet, you know? So all those things can happen too. They're probably going to happen to you. Yeah.
How do you balance the paying the debt, whether it be school loans, credit cards, everything else, along with the 40%?
I'd negotiate them all. That's the last thing I would chase. I would not chase the pass. So if I made a bad deal, I'm not going to go chase that deal today. Call them up and say, put me on hold, dog. Okay, I would pay it if you want to cut it back to like 80%. Or we got to put it off. And I wouldn't mind if my debt was bad, my credit was bad. Wouldn't matter to me if it lowered my credit score. I ain't buying anything anyway. I don't need credit, dude. I ain't buying anything. I'm storing dough. Right? So I wouldn't worry about that.
When you're talking about making so much money per month and saving storing the 40%,
yeah.
Should I lower the way I'm living right now until I can do that?
Well, notice how
I know I'm supposed to focus on the income.
First thing I paid was who?
Me.
I paid me first. I paid the IRS second, just because I have to. And then I got leftovers. So Todd's gonna either live on the 6 or decide, fuck, man, I gotta make more money, man. I can't treat the people I love like this. So what happens is Jared just gets more productive. Remember?
This guy is inspiring. There's something genuine about Grant Cardone.
He's got so many different ideas for what you can actually do, and he's really changed the way I look at my business.
I really connected with Grant because I grew up without a dad like he did.
International sales expert Grant Cardone.
New York Times best-selling author.
Has founded up to 14 companies now and growing still.
Money won't make you happy, folks. Poverty won't get you anything.
He's an international speaker to speak about motivation, leadership, entrepreneurship, and finance. The man, Uncle G, Mr. Grant Cardone.
These are roads, and I bought into the concept that if I build it, they will come. A road without traffic is useless. So I need you to get traffic. I need you to get attention.
I found out that when I was contributing to the life of another person, it was better fuel than it was contributing to my own bank account.
If you're going to be the ultimate success that you really want to be, you've got to be able to relate outside of your comfort zone. So I came to shatter some boxes.
You are the one. You are the one that's gonna break the generational curses in your family. You are the one that's gonna be the first multi-millionaire in your family. You just ain't step up to the plate yet.
It's really remarkable how you can achieve anything in life. How do you define big? What's your dream?
I'm gonna show you guys how to instantly outspend your competitors and ethically steal all potential customers in your market, which is gonna be pretty exciting, right?
We want to see you strong, powerful, and winning in life. We are 10X!
It is my job to give you the data, give you the information, give you the strategy, make ourselves available to help you. Your job is to continue to show up.
Everybody, hey, what's up? Welcome back to day two. Day two, I see you, Tanya. I see you, Robin, Travis Klein in the house, Julie Shea. Hey, we've got our VIPs. We've got Ustream. We've got Facebook. We've got YouTube. We've got Twitter. We've got everything right now. And we are so excited to welcome you back to day two. Hey, let me ask you a question. First off, where are you chiming in from? We have so many nations from across the world that are here with us. Where are you chiming in from? We've got Houston, we've got Cali, we've got South Africa, we've got Portugal, we've got Colombia, I can't see them, Philippines, Maryland. Like, drop a chat. I'm gonna tell you how many chats you dropped yesterday, which blows my mind away. And here in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna be giving out $20,000 for your businesses here in the next 5 minutes. So let me know where you chimed in from. France, Canada, Buffalo, like, slow down a little bit. Puerto Rico, I mean, Pennsylvania, Germany, Chicago, Boston, Guatemala, Georgia, Michigan, Texas, Peru, Edmonton, Thailand, Africa, like all across the world. I'm curious, just by one more comment, who invited you here to be at this event? Where did you hear about this event? Because this is the biggest business event of the year. Business event. This is focused on businesses. Businesses are what's going to change our world. Entrepreneurs are what's going to change our world. That means you're going to change our world. So this is completely focused on businesses. We weren't reaching anybody or targeting anybody that was not a business. You see, entrepreneurship has changed the Cardone's legacy and their family. Entrepreneurship has changed my family and me and my legacy. You see, the thing that Grant and I have in common is we grew up in a really tough situation with parents that didn't know anything about entrepreneurship or business. And that's what completely changed the game. But if you don't know what it's like to be unbreakable, if you don't know what it's like to be unbreakable as a business, you're going to continue to break. And when you break, you give up. And so we're so excited for you to be at this business event of the year. I'm so thankful. I'm just curious in the chat, what is your business? Like, what do you do? Tell us what you do in the chat. I want to see what you do. What is your business, Jim Beebe? What's your business, Jim Goldman? Ryan Guerrera? Antoine, I see my boy Antoine in the house. I see Larry. I see so many. Star Young, Annette, what's your business? And here's the more important question. What's your target in 2023? What type of revenues are you trying to create in 2023? What are you trying to create? And for all of our VIPs, if you're pushing all of the icons and emojis, we can see them in the background. I love it when anybody drops nuggets today. Look at that. We can see your emojis. Come on, push down on those emojis. Look at you. Look at you right there. Yes, I love that. I love that. Come on, light it up. Light it up. Light it up. All day long for Grant and Russell Brunson as they help you understand marketing today. I want them to see all of that lit up in the background. That's the most that we've seen. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I see it, man. I can see it. It's unbelievable. Look at that. Come on now. So this is for you guys. And so I'm excited. I want to show you a few numbers from yesterday. Now listen, we are streaming to over 13 million people. We are streaming to over 13 million people because we have so many partners, hundreds of partners of ours that believe in what we're doing here. They want their communities and their people to be better as a result. They want their businesses to grow. And these are partners. If a partner referred you, that means they trust Grant and Elena Cardone. And most of our partners will point back to Grant and Elena Cardone making an impact on their business. So I want you to thank that partner in the chat for inviting you. And if that partner is a Facebook ad, thank Facebook ads today. If that partner was a YouTube ad, thank YouTube ads today. That's what we're talking about today is marketing. And so we've got this biggest business event of the year was because of marketing. And today's theme is marketing. Today's theme is marketing. So I want you to thank them in the comments. Who invited you? And if it's not a person, if it's like I saw a Grant Cardone video or I saw a Facebook ad, I want you to thank them in the comments. Guys, can we go to the bottom of the comments? I want to be able to see who they're thanking all the way to the bottom of the comments. I want to see who they're thanking. There's hundreds and hundreds of messages. Can we get that? There we go. Go. Yeah, keep going down. Look at all, go all the way. Stay towards the bottom. Pace Morby. Thank you, Pace. Thank you, Stormy. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you, a Facebook ad. Thank you, Eric Worry. Thank you, Grant. Thank you, him 500. Thank you. Look at all those thanks. Why am I doing that? Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Shanda. Thank you, Big Bill Allen. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Shanda. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, TD Jakes. Thank you, Facebook ad. Thank you, Billy Jean. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Uncle G. Thank you, Anthony Morrison. Thank you. This is marketing. That's what this day is all about. Now, I want to give you a few other stats. These stats are amazing right here. Look at these stats right here. These stats, 500,000 views. 500,000 views. 500,000 views and 871,000 comments. By the time we finished yesterday, we can give it up for that. Come on, in-house. Come on. No, you said, Grant says I owe him 50 grand. He owes me 50 grand. We fell short of 1 million comments. How about 1 million comments today? Will you drop 10x million comments today? Can we hit 1 million comments today? YouTube, Facebook, Ustream, VIPs backstage. Come on, everybody, Twitter Spaces, everywhere we're at today. Let's hit 1 million comments today. Why do I want comments? Because that means we're engaging, and that means the learning that you're learning is actually sinking in to become executable. That's why we want that. And so I'm excited about yesterday. Now, I told you in the next 5 minutes what we're about to do is we're about to give away prizes. And yesterday you saw that we're giving over $50,000 away. We're giving MacBooks and iPads. And here's the cool thing. We're giving 5 expenses, all expenses paid trip to GrowthCon. Hey, who wants an all expenses paid trip to GrowthCon? Who does? Drop that in the chat. And you don't have to be a VIP to qualify for these prizes. Everybody qualifies for these prizes. Everybody qualifies for these prizes. I'm about to give out $20,000 in cash. $20,000 in cash. Can you drop 20,000? Say, give me a piece of that, Pete. Give me a piece of that, Pete. I got to make the decision. I was up until 12:30 with the social media team, figuring out, who did their homework powerfully, who actually did their homework powerfully. And I'm really excited to say that our first winner of a GrowthCon, give me a little drum roll, of an all expenses paid trip is Yisha Nashimi L. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Will y'all give it up for Yisha? Give it up for Yisha! Yeah! All expenses paid. That's your flight. That's your hotel. That's your ticket to GrowthCon. If you didn't know this, GrowthCon is sold out. Is GrowthCon sold out? It's oversold. There's a wait list of how many? Hey, is she here? And Yisha, if anybody sees Yisha here, you gotta, anybody, there's so many places we're streaming, it's not easy to find that quickly, but wherever you're at, you should call the office if you're here. I don't know the number. What is it? 310-777-0255. Yeah, call in the next 15 minutes or else we're going to go redraw that for somebody else, okay? Cool. So there we go. Congratulations. Now, the other thing I want to tell you, Grant gave 100 within the first 10 minutes yesterday. Grant gave out $100,000 because he gave 100 virtual tickets, upgraded virtual tickets to GrowthCon. GrowthCon is sold out in Las Vegas, February 14th to the 16th. The best and biggest business conference out there. He gave 100 tickets away to GrowthCon. I'm not going to call all 100 people's names. And so congratulations. If you go into the Facebook team, let's post this right now. If you go into the GrowthCon Facebook page, if you go into that page, I want you to see that you're a winner. We've got it in the Facebook. We've tagged you in the Facebook page. I want you to see that you're a winner. So we got 100. Congratulations to those 100 winners. Hey, your camera is not good, but Yesha, let's bring Yesha up really quick. Get off that phone. Yeah, Yesha, come on, Yesha. Hey,
hello, yay!
No, hey, we got you. You ain't got to call the office. I see you. Can you hear me?
Okay, you can see me. Cool. Awesome.
Hey, your lighting's not great. You got to get that dialed in. Like that backlight's not showing you too. Let me see you. I want to see your face.
Tell her to turn around.
I'm doing hair. I'm sorry.
No, that's better. Yeah, give it up for Yesha. Come on. Hey, how are you? You excited about going to GrowthCon?
Most definitely. Yes.
Hey, VIP at GrowthCon, airfare, hotel at the MGM Grand, the whole works. I know. Hey, tell me this. You're getting kind of excited there. How you feeling? Tell me how you're feeling.
Super excited. Yeah. I don't even know what to say right now. Oh my goodness. This is so important to me. I wanted to go last year and the year before, and this is important to me. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness.
Hey, do me a favor. You showed up, you did your homework yesterday. Our team thought your homework was out of this world. What were your for those people that weren't here yesterday, what were your biggest takeaways out of yesterday for you personally? Because I got to go give $20,000 away right after I hear this. What were your biggest takeaways? Tell me in about a minute from day one yesterday.
Mindset. Mindset is everything to me. The mindset was important. That's the only takeaway that I was interested in. Everything else goes into play when that mindset is correct. And that's what I'm working on now.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
I love that. So you would tell people they need to go watch yesterday's replay, right?
Yes, definitely. I'm excited from yesterday to even go forward for the rest of the day. So yes.
Well, I want you to be in the system. So make sure if you're not in the system, I want you getting through that system before GrowthCon. Go to grantcardone.com. Are you in the system, Yesha?
Yes, I already got the Unbreakable system yesterday, and I've already been in the Cardone University. I've been following them. I've already gotten positive tips and things from them already. So
wow, I didn't know that. Well, guys, let's give it up for Yesha. Let's give it up for her. Thank you. We'll see you at GrowthCon, okay? I'll make sure and get to meet you there. I'm excited to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Awesome.
Show up all week. All right, who's ready for the $20,000 winners? Who's ready for the $20,000 winners? Every day I'm going to start this off with prizes. We don't just talk about prizes, or we don't just give gimmicky prizes away. We give real prizes away that are going to make your business propel. We don't give little trinkets away and little this and that and self-indulge. Like, we're giving you all expenses paid. We're giving you cash. We're giving you money. We're giving you thousands of dollars. And so there were 20 of you that did your homework in such a powerful way that I'm giving not just one of these away today. Why is that? That's only 5,000, G. Come on. Here we go. I'm giving 2 of these away today. 2 of these away. And so here are the 20 business owners that did the homework. Can y'all bring this up big screen right here? Let's bring this full screen right here. Full screen. Take it off of me. Take a picture of this. Will, Dennis, Gigi, Sakata, Holly, Ann, Chad, Robin, Catherine, Pamela, Lisa, Eric, Greg, Alex, Angela, Cora, Jonathan, Linda, Giera, and D'Angelo. You are our 20,000. Each one of you are getting $1,000 to put back into your business. Give it up for these 20 winners right here. Give it up for these 20 winners right here. Come on, give it up in the chat. Give it up in the chat. Cool? Yes, I love that. Let me tell you what they did. And I'm gonna bring Grant up here in just a second, but let me tell you what they did. They did the homework. You see, we can drop golden nuggets, and Grant and Russell are gonna drop golden nuggets today. But if you don't do anything with those golden nuggets, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be in the same position a year from now that you are right now. And so the purpose of homework is to have you do the work and us reward you for doing the work, and everybody qualifies. I don't care if you're a VIP or you're at this event for free. Everybody qualifies for these prizes that we're giving out this week. And so let me tell you what today's prizes are. I think you're gonna appreciate this. And I'm gonna start giving them away right now. Today's prizes. I'm giving out some more right here. I don't wanna move this. I'm giving out this MacBook right here. This MacBook, and I'm giving out another $10,000 for homework today. So when Russell and Grant are done today, we want you to put this back into your business. Put this back into your business, or have this MacBook, put it into your business. And so that's what we're giving out today. And I'm gonna start the process right now. I'm gonna give out 20 10X rule books signed by Grant Cardone right now. And let me tell you what you have to do. You do not qualify for prizes if you're watching this on the live stream and you haven't registered with your email address. So if you're watching this on YouTube or Ustream or somewhere else, if you're backstage, we have your email. If you're backstage, we have your email. But if you have not registered, you need to go to unbreakable2023.com, unbreakable2023.com. Anybody that registers in the next 2 minutes, we're gonna randomly pick 10 of you to get the 10X rule book signed by Grant Cardone. 10 of you in the next 2 minutes that haven't registered. And here's why I want you to register. Every day this week, the biggest question that people asked in the Facebook group yesterday was, where do I see the replay? Yes, we're making the replay available, lifetime access to the replays available to VIPs, but we keep the replay up for 24 hours. And right after we're done today, we send an email that it says recap email. Rhett, make sure in the subject line that it says recap day 2. When you get that, it's gonna give you the recap of today, the recording of today, and the homework assignment for today. And the homework assignment for today. And what we want you to do is make sure that you, if you didn't get to watch or missed a day, that you do that and you do the homework and you qualify. And we can't do that if we don't have your email address. So unbreakable2023.com, unbreakable2023.com, bring that up one more time. And then I want to give 10 more of these away. 10 more of these away right now. 10 more. Cool? And this is what I want. Hey, social media team, yesterday we had thousands of people share this publicly. You have to share it publicly. You cannot share it in the Facebook group. So folks in the Facebook group, you get a little competitive advantage here. If you will go share this publicly, we're going to randomly pick 10 people that... Okay, Grant said go 100. We're gonna randomly pick 100 people. Hey, give it up for Grant Cardone. He just said 10X that 10. Come on, come on. He just said 10X. So 100 people that share today, I would be in the Facebook group. You can see right there on your screen. Yes. Yeah. 100 of you, he's gonna give, if you're sharing this out, you're posting this, and we see that you're posting it, we're gonna pick 100 of you and give this 10X rule out today. Cool? I'll tell you about the cash and the MacBook at the very end today. I'll tell you about the cash and the MacBook at the very end today. Looks like Grant already took that number up. So this is what I wanna do. I'm gonna give you a quick recap, and then we're getting on to 2 of the greatest marketers in the world that are gonna teach you what's working in marketing in 2023. Why is this thing called the Unbreakable Challenge? Because 97% of businesses break or fail. Can you put that in the chat? 97% fail or break. 97% of businesses fail and break. And so why Grant wanted to do this Unbreakable Challenge is because he has a system, right? 10X system in the chat, wherever you're at. He has a system that I've been able to personally experience, but that he has been perfecting for the last decade of his life, really the last couple of decades of his life. And so we said, let's dedicate an entire week, a free event to teaching people this Unbreakable system. Because in 2019, Grant, during the banking crisis, he was afraid. He was, all of a sudden, things were falling apart, and he wasn't where he was at today. Today, he is a billionaire. Back then, he wasn't worth a whole lot of money. And he said, I'm dedicating the next decade of my life to figuring out this banking crisis. And not only did he go in 2020 with this system to go build a business from 0 to $5.5 million on Undercover Billionaire, he also did it in his 16 companies. Most people don't realize he has 16 companies that he's put this system to work in. And these 16 companies are all profitable, all thriving. Some of them are startups, some of them were established businesses, but the reoccurring theme is this system has been incorporated into all of those companies. And so listen, people are scaring you. They're out there scaring you, telling you about what's about to happen and recession and inflation. And the biggest companies in the world are laying off, and the media is filled with fear-based stuff. But you know who's going to change our world? You're going to change our world. You're going to change our world. Because some reports say that the number of millionaires in the next couple of years are going to double. We don't want to talk to you this week about the pain. We want to talk to you about the possibilities. And the possibilities are the thing that can happen and that can be big. And so for those of you that were here yesterday, you know the 5 parts of the Unbreakable system are money mindset, marketing, communication, sales, and scale. And if you missed yesterday's replay, Grant hit on all 5, but he spent a lot of time in money marketing, money and mindset yesterday. Getting your mind ready with all of the myths and all of the lies that you've been programmed to believe around money. But today's focus is marketing. Tomorrow's focus is communication. Thursday's focus is sales. And Friday's focus is how you scale your business. And next Tuesday, we have a bonus day where 10 of the most powerful experts are going to come in here on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Mark this on your calendar, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and give you 10 nuggets of how to create more leads, more sales, and more customers in 2023 with 10 TED Talk type style talks on Tuesday, because we want you to start winning. So we've added one bonus day. But today, the focus is on marketing. And so I'm excited because you get the chance to be able to hear from 2 people that I believe are would be on the Mount Rushmore of marketing. You get to hear from Grant Cardone, and then right after Grant, you get to hear from Russell Brunson today, who I believe these 2 are 2 of the greatest marketers that exist out there. And so guys, would y'all give a huge round of applause? Come on, I want you to drop some comments. Let this be the biggest track of comments. I want you to give it up for Mr. Grant Cardone!
Thank you, Pete. And I want to introduce you guys to my little friend over here, Mr. 10X. He's got his hoodie on. He's going to be speaking today. When I can't, he shows up and he gives you, this is a reminder of me in my life, what I need to do. Like Pete giving away 10 books. I'm like, why are we giving 10 books away? Let's give 100 away. And that's what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, we talked about how do you actually start something from nothing? And I opened yesterday, if you go back and hear it, or if you weren't here and you're just catching up today, I know we got people on Rumble, Twitter Spaces. We have all our partners that helped us bring you and invite you here. Some of you may not even know who I am. My bad, my failure in marketing, if you don't know who I am today. So I'm here today to help you figure out how you can get the world to know you. Because to the degree that you're known and you do want something to write with, because all we're going to do now for the next hour and a half is load you up with information. Just got to okay, wrap your head around the content. I can show you and I will validate why it's true and why it works. This is not just la. I'm going to show you numbers that support that it works. And then you guys have to figure out, okay, we got to help you figure out how do you make this work with who you are, all right? Now, yesterday I started with this. I start with 0, whatever that 0 is, okay? The 0 represents money, followers, friends, connections, database, products, services, right? I start with 0. Everybody watching today, we all have one thing in common. You started with what you are. Okay, you started, my daughter Sabrina just called me, you know. My daughter's not going to start with a bunch of money. She's going to start with the same thing she started with, like the same thing I started with, the same thing you started with. How many of you here started from the bottom? Just put in there, started from the bottom. Don't finish the lyric, because you ain't there yet. Don't be adding the lyrics. Started at the bottom, okay? Look at all the people that started from the bottom. Look at this. Sherry, Laurie, female, Michelle, Jasmine. Look at all the people that started from the bottom. Okay, well, I'm waiting for somebody to finish the lyric because I know you guys got to do it. Started from the bottom, but I'm not here yet. So don't say that yet. By the way, the rapper that did that, who was that? Drake said that? Okay, well, now he's here, okay? But he didn't say he was done. And by the way, when you get here, here is a new 0, okay? I want you to write this down. Where you are right now is a new 0. This is why people get satisfied. This is what I call country club rich people, or as the middle class. The middle class are basically people that have more than their neighbors, more than the generation that preceded them, but not enough to really flourish and prosper, support, and be charitable. You can be a little charitable, but not big time charitable. You guys understand? You've done well, but you haven't reached your full potential. How many of you understand that concept? Right? So when I'm growing up and I picked up 2 pounds and I'm like, hey, I can pick up 2 pounds or I can ride a tricycle. I haven't reached my full potential, even though I'm great on a tricycle and I'm great with 2 pounds. I started out with 0, couldn't pick up anything. Now I can pick up 2 pounds. I'm like, I got this, only to find out, oh man, I can do more than this. And if you stop with the 2 pounds or you stop with the tricycle, you stop before your potential. So whatever this is, yesterday we talked about money and money mindset. And the reason we start with money, the reason the money thing matters is everything that I share with you after this, you will not do if there's not enough money involved to do it. If the target is not big enough, whether it's helping people and servicing the world, would you agree that that will take money? Let's say you want to raise a bunch of money for a charity, okay? Would it help and assist you if your friends and connections also had money? Let's say you don't have any money, but all your friends were super rich and you had this charitable thing. Now you could actually help. You see, sooner or later, you're going to get to the point where you're like, I need some money for this endeavor, okay? That's why I'm telling you, this is the number one most important thing and the target we need to set. And you guys have been told not to. So I just want to go back and talk about what we learned yesterday. You have to set this money target. You got to get rid of this brainwashing that the government and the educators and whoever has told you money won't make you happy and you don't need money and money's not important and money's not everything. You got to get rid of this, however you do it. Yesterday, I stretched your mind And I'll promise you within the last 18 hours, somebody came back in and disagreed with you. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do a little exercise right now. Who here has Twitter? Let's say, just put in Twitter if you have Twitter. Tremendous platform right now. Garbage dump. It was a garbage dump 6 months ago until Elon took it over. And one of the things I'm talking about today is marketing and distribution of your marketing message. Okay. I want you guys to go to your Twitter handle, Twitter if you can. I'm going to have you post something. I'm going to show you a little. We're going to do this in 30 seconds. I want you to post something. And I'm going to have you post this because I want to show you how many people have been perverted on this money conversation. I think perverted could be a proper term here. They have been perverted. They have their understanding of money is twisted. Okay. I want you to go on Twitter. Let's see. Some of you won't even be able to do this because it's going to be so hard for you. Pull out your phone, go to Twitter, set up a tweet, and write this. I want to get rich. No. I'm committed to getting rich. I am committed to getting rich. And then I want you to tag me, all right? Tag Grant Cardone. I actually want you to change this. I want you to go to I am committed to getting hashtag, because then I'll see it, 10x rich, and tag me at Grant Cardone. I want everybody to do this in 30 seconds. Everybody on my staff, everybody in this room, you guys don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter. Everybody here, do this. I'm committed to getting hashtag 10x rich. And then add me, at Grant Cardone, okay? Now watch, we're all gonna hit it at the same time. I'll bet you we end up trending. If everybody participates in this, we'll trend on Twitter. But that's not really, and then you gotta hit send now, okay? And then you'll see mine. If you just wanna copy mine, you can actually just copy mine and retweet it. You could retweet mine, okay? Now the reason I'm doing this, okay, Jeff Goldman, did you do it, bro? He's like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it, man. I ain't gonna tell people I'm committed to getting rich. So what happens to you guys is you're like, I don't know if I want to say that publicly. How many of you had that experience already? Like, I don't know if like literally this went through your mind before you tweeted it. I don't know if that's a good idea. Where did that come from? You guys explain to me where that idea came from that you cannot in America, at least America and all other countries included, why you cannot say what you're thinking. Because you're worried that somebody's going to judge you for wanting to get rich, right or wrong. You guys feeling what I'm saying right here? So you already stopped on the money game in your head. How the hell are you going to market if you can't say anything? You guys picking up? You picking up what I'm saying right now? Okay, so I'm going to see how many people did this. There should be like 40,000 tweets here in a second. 40,000 tweets, unless you guys are like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to him, but I'm not gonna do what he says. If you don't do what I say, you ain't gonna get what I got. For all of you here, this isn't about learning, this is about doing. What we teach here is a system. This system requires doingness, not knowing, just simply knowing, okay? This is not about having information. This is not about you guys being motivated. This is about one thing. Everything I'm sharing with you over the next 5 days, don't miss a day. Everything I'm sharing with you over the next 5 days is about something you can do in the physical universe. A recipe. If you put this recipe in the bowl, mix it the way I tell you, you will get the results I've gotten. And you will get them fast. Listen to me. I did not have what I have today until the last, really it's been what, Jared, 6 years? Okay, everything, the planes, the helicopters, the real estate, the 16 million followers, the friends, the collaborations, the big events, time with my kids, time with my wife, respect in a community, to be able to do a live stream event and 13 million people see this. I didn't have any of this 6 years ago. So Robin, while you're watching this right now, Robin's trying to figure out, he did it, can I do it? Promise you, Robin, you can do this. But you guys got to do the recipe. You can't read the recipe and not mix it up and do it, okay? So first little task. This is gonna be the first of, how many tweets have I done, Johnny, in my career? Let's check, Johnny. How many videos, YouTube videos? I'd love to have those numbers, by the way. This is gonna be the first of many. It really doesn't even matter what you say. Somebody said I'm #2 trending on Twitter right now. #1 right now? I don't know if there's a #1 or a #2, but let me just see here. Now you're like, why am I doing this? You're trending, okay? No, you're getting involved in a trend, okay? You gotta learn how to pick up trends, folks. Your idea does not matter as much as what other people are thinking about matters. Yeah, 10X Rich right now is trending, #2. Collaborated event, people working together. We did that in 1 minute. 1 minute. I had enough people together, asked them to do something, communicated clearly on something to do, and bang, we get an attention for one thing. This is very, very important what I'm telling you, and I'm gonna fill in the blanks here in a second. Pick up what I'm putting down right now, okay? We got attention. We collaborated as a network of people to get attention on one specific topic. I communicated a specific action I wanted you to take. I gave you a target and a specific time in which to do that. We did it, and bang, something happened. We got attention. Now, if I could duplicate and replicate that, and if you guys could duplicate and replicate that, and if you had a stage big enough, yes, ma'am? Yeah, if you could duplicate and replicate that, and we could keep doing. Yeah, we're #1 trending right now on Twitter, okay? So we did that in, what, 2 minutes? Not bad. Give yourselves a big hand. So it started with a target. I had a target. Hey, I want to see if we can trend. I then gave you a timeline, okay? Notice I'm going to talk about time for 5 days here. I'm going to show you how time is what? Money, man. If you could shrink targets, if you could shrink the amount of time it takes to get to a target, you will make more money, you will have more speed, you will get more momentum, and mostly you're going to have more confidence. And money moves to confidence. How many of you had the experience in your lifetime before of being really super confident and then something nice or something really good happened to you? Somebody bought something from you, somebody gave you something lucky happened. Because yeses want to move to confidence. Okay, when I'm not confident, I'm not winning, I'm not moving very fast, I'm going slow, everybody around me slows down. Okay, not tomorrow, but Friday, we're talking about sales, how to convert people really fast. And why some of you have a really hard time, why your process is so sluggish. Your sales cycle is very slow, and you're like always waiting and desperate. As opposed to like, let's do it. And they're like, okay, let's do it, let's go. You get a lot of confidence with that. I'm gonna show you how to do that today. So yesterday we started with money, okay? Let's say it was $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion. And I drew a big circle around here. And I said, it goes like this. I have an idea. I wanna make X dollars. Remember that? We put a number up on the wall. How many of you put a number there yesterday? I gave you guys a target. I said, let's get in the 1% club. How many of you thought about the 1% club? Good. How many of you now, if you go to your friends and family and say, hey, I'm going to join the 1% club. You want to try this? I'm going to give you an exercise. Today, before the day's over, I want you to call someone in your family that you love, someone that supports you and loves you. I want you to do this exercise, write it down, and I want you to tell them, I have decided to join the 1% club. And then I want you to audit. I want you just to watch and take inventory on what they say to you next. They're either going to say, what is the 1% club? And then you're going to be like, oh, the 1% club is the highest income earners in the world. The top 1% of income earners. And then I want you to say that and shut up. I don't want you to explain anymore. And I want you just to watch what they say to you next. What do you think they're going to say? Throw it down below what you think they're going to say. Some of you won't even tell them that because you're so scared. You're so scared of the judgment. You're crazy. They're going to laugh at you. That's not going to happen. Oh, good. Go for it. Yeah, you're crazy. A lot of you crazy. You can do it. secretly saying, ain't no way. That's what they're really saying. Oh yeah, you can do it. Ain't gonna happen. That doesn't happen to people like us. Money's not everything. I love you just the way you are. See, you guys don't even know what they're going to say. I'm going to tell you, I've heard it all, man. I've heard it all. I've been wanting to create wealth for myself and my family and my charities and my future, my potential for ever since I was broke. And the difference between me and you is you gave up on the dream and I didn't. That's the only difference. You gave up on the dream and your people around you gave up on the dream. I didn't. I'm like, no, I'm going to get this dream. I'm going to figure this thing out. There's got to be a system. And there is a system. And this system applies to money. It applies to marketing. It applies to employees. It applies to friendships. It applies to networking. It applies to real estate. It applies to plumbing. It applies to HVAC. It applies to massage. It applies to, put your business down and I'll tell you whether it applies. What business are you guys in? A lot of chatting going on right now. We're going to get 1 million chats today. This thing's empty. I notice this is empty. That's empty. Okay. But this is his. This water's his. Okay. You mind, bruh? You looking dehydrated. Okay, watch. Jared's like, man, where's this guy going? First I have the idea, then what do I do? What's the first thing I do? I have an idea. I want to build I've decided I'm going to build I'm going to do an event like this. We made a decision to do an event like this because I knew a recession was coming. I heard about this in February. I started studying. I'm like, oh, we're getting ready to go through the biggest economic contraction in my lifetime. Back in February last year, I got with Jared and Sherry and I said, guys, I want to plan an event for early January or the third week of January. Next year, I want to get millions of people to see this event and help people. Okay, idea. I had an idea. I'm going to get 1 million people on a live event, and I'm going to educate these million people on how to get through the worst recession in this generation. Okay, good. So what's the first thing I do? I have the idea, then I start marketing the idea. We literally started marketing this in February last year. Who am I marketing to first? Them. That's marketing. I got to get my idea from me to them. Okay, then I go on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere I can talk about this message. I'm creating an event. Would you like to come? I don't have a date, don't have a location, don't know how you're going to get it. Would you be interested? I literally market it. This is speed to market right here. I literally market. My staff sees me do this all the time. I literally market and try to fix something before I even know how to fix something or what I'm marketing. This is what I talked about yesterday. I got an idea. I want to make $1 million. Okay. I'm going to start marketing that concept. I'm going to have you guys go home and tell your parents and your friends and your network, because the people that don't want you to get rich are going to leave you. And the people that want you to get rich are going to stay with you. You guys tracking me? Okay. Clint, if you come to me and say, dude, I want to put $10 million on the board. What do you think I'm going to say? How can I help you? Okay. None of your family members are going to say that. Not one of you in there said, I want to help you. How can I help you? Is there something I can buy from you? Not one of you. There's thousands of chats in here. And when I said you're going to go to your parents and say, I want to get in the 1% club, or I want to do this thing, and I'm going to get rich, and I'm going to create wealth for myself and my family, not one person out of thousands, tens of thousands of people here today, not one person said, I want to help you. You didn't think that that would be a response from your family and your loved ones. Which means they're not thinking like you are. Everybody with me? Now, those of you, Jim, that did not actually tweet this out, and I'll promise you there's thousands of you that didn't even put it in the Twitterverse, is because you're scared what people might think about you. And for those that don't have Twitter and that's what you're blaming, it's because your target's not big enough. Your financial targets aren't big enough to know to use all the free distribution on planet Earth. You're like, I don't like Twitter. What's that got to do with it? How many of you would be willing to do something you don't like or don't care about if it got you where you wanted to go? Yes or no? Bro, like I don't care if I got to use the dirty bayou to get where I'm going, I'm gonna use the bayou. If I got to walk, I'll walk. If I got to jump in the passenger seat of your car, I'll do it. If I got to get it in the back seat of a dirty Uber to get where I'm going, I don't care. If I got to ride a horse, if I got to, like, whatever it takes. Okay, so I'm looking for distribution. Today we're going to be talking about how to market your idea, right? So money, marketing yesterday. What did I say right here? Money, marketing. Jared, and then what are we going to do? We're going to convert somebody here, right? We're going to communicate here. We're going to communicate. How do I actually communicate my message to the audience in order that maybe I sell something at some point, okay, and make money, and then we scale this process. We scale this process. Now, that's the money thing. Hey, man, I'm going to make $1 million. I need an idea. I need a product. I need a service, or I need to get 1 million people to give me $1. How many of you liked that yesterday, how I broke the $1 million down like 12 different ways? And you're like, God dang, man, this guy's got 12 different ways to make $1 million. And then I said, what if I did them all? Bing, bang. If you could figure out how to scale, okay? Now, what does this have to do with today? Today's about marketing, all right? Guess how many followers I had in the very beginning? I'm gonna draw this big circle again, okay? How many followers does everybody start with? None. If you're an insurance agent, you're a State Farm insurance agent in Sulphur, Louisiana. You got your insurance agency license, and you don't have any followers. Contractor in Denver. A plumber in Peoria. A masseuse in Michigan. You're picking up what I'm putting out? You're a chiropractor in Charlotte, okay? You're a pimp in the Philippines. Whatever you are, right? You're like, hey, I got an idea. I got this little business. Whatever your idea is, right? All ideas are crazy. And you're like, I'm gonna do extensions in Illinois. Okay? I don't have any customers. This is what they don't teach you guys in school. You got your chiropractors, doctors, dentists, okay? You guys spend all this money to get your license. Real estate agents are like the worst. They spend, my friend Brian had to do his license five times, his real estate license 5 times. Finally passed the real estate license only to find out he didn't have a customer. Like, it's so backwards what we do. You guys agree with that? Like, dude, I need followers. I need clients. I need people. Okay? So this is what I want you guys to write down right now. Your entire network. How many people actually even know you? What's your number? Come up with a number. How many people actually know you? Who knows you? What's the number? Total number of people that know you. 1,000 people, 3,000 people. Wow, man, you guys are pretty ambitious. 7,000 people, 50,000 people know you. I don't believe so, bro. I don't know what you guys mean by somebody knowing you. Okay. 0, 250, 300. You know you guys are guessing, right? Let's keep it real. You guys are spitting numbers too fast here. How many of you don't even know how many people know you? Keep it real. Okay, don't be broke and a liar. It's dumb. You guys got to get honest with yourselves. How many people know who you are? Give me a new number. How many people really know who you are, know what you do, know where you are, know how to get in touch with you, know how to do business with you? How many people really know who you are? Now, if we could scale that number, because this is the biggest problem with money right here. This determines how much money you have, how much fame you get, how much business you can do. Who is the answer to your business? It is not what, it is not how. Okay, you want to write this down. It ain't what, it ain't how, it's who. It's not how you feel either. It's not your emotional state, your mental state. Juanita, you thinking about this right now? Juanita's like, shit, man, this guy just uncovered all my problems. Okay, she's thinking about her aunt and her uncle. Oh yeah, her aunt and uncle know her, but they're broke. Okay, and then she thinks about her mom and her dad. Her mom and her dad are going through a divorce right now. She's like, look, they can't help me right now. They got their hands full. I got 2 kids. I got a damn 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. All they want is food and toys. Her entire network is broke. You understand? She looks to her neighbor down the street, and the best party invite you guys get, Gavin invites everybody to the neighborhood. Hey, come this weekend to the party. We will watch a game together, Gav. Grant, come on over, man. Bring your own bottle. Bring my own bottle. Shit, that ain't a party. A party is when just show up, bro. We're going to party. I got you. Everybody agree? This is about a network, folks. Marketing is about your network. Who's in your network? This isn't about an ad. This isn't about branding. This isn't about, buying an ad on Facebook. You don't need any money to do what I'm going to show you today. First thing I had to do was make a commitment to get off this number. Who has everything I want? Do we have any of the Who's Got My Money t-shirts? Do we have them in stock? Do we have any in stock? Yeah. Just let me know what we got in stock before I go do what I think I'm going to do. Okay. Okay. It's all good, man. Dude, it's all fun, Jared. I'm having fun, bro. This is the golden era of my. Yeah. So watch. Hey, man, I want some followers. I want to build a network. Okay. How many people you guys would like to have in your network? Let's make a commitment, because you told me what you got in your network, and then when I challenge you, you're like, yeah, not really that many people. Okay? Who knows you is going to determine where you go in life, how you go in life, how you roll in life, how well your businesses do, okay? Who knows you and your business is going to determine whether or not you succeed or not, okay? Who is more important than how and what? Everybody with me? You guys wrote that down? Okay? Is that Unbreakable 11165? Is that Sherry? I think that's Sherry. Picture of Sherry right there. Okay. I'm like, what's going on with that chick? All right. So who's got my money? Who's got my success? You want to write these things down. Who's got my money? Who's got my success? Who's got my happiness? Who's got my yacht? Who's got my plane? Who's got my Chanel? Who's got my wife's Chanel? Who's got my Gucci? Who's got my Louis? Who's got my vacation with the kids? Who's got my 2 months in the south of, in Greece to Italy on a yacht with my kids and my parents? Huh? Who's going to pay my mortgage off? Who's going to give $1 million? Who in my ecosystem can fund my charitable events? You guys feeling me right now? This ain't my money. You guys understand the money that I have in my pocket? We had some comments yesterday. Grant's always showing off his money. Okay? Let's be very clear about something. I am always showing off. Okay, I don't know why you guys try to make a big deal about that. I know that. I'm the one doing the showing off. Why are you criticizing me about what I'm doing intentionally? I'm showing off. You know, I'm showing off. The part you got wrong is I'm not showing off my money. This is somebody else's money. I don't have any of my own money. You guys understand the twist here? You understand how twisted your mind is right now? You think you get some money and it's yours? This is not your money. Juanita, it's not your money, okay? It's not my money. It's somebody else's money moving through me because I got attention. So let's say I want to get 1 million followers. What do I got to do right here? I got to start marketing. I got to start talking. I got to start communicating to people. It is exactly the same process as if I want money. Can you, huh? Okay, good. Well, let's not do that. Okay. Let me see this legal pad real quick. This one, yeah. So look, let's say I want to go from 0 followers. I need a target, okay? First thing you got to do is have a specific target. I need 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million followers. I need 8 billion followers, okay? Any of those are achievable as long as I put a system in place. So I need to start marketing content or information or services to these people. We do this all year long. Okay, every single day of the year, including Christmas, New Year's Day, Thanksgiving Day, Easter, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. There is no good time. The time is for this target. So you guys that are doing internet marketing and you're like, the best time to post something is at 10:34 in the morning. Bro, that's stupid. 10:34 has got nothing to do with my target. My target is to collect a number. Okay, there's no good time. Viral videos. I never look for a viral video. I have never attempted a viral video in my life. We went 1 follower at a time. Sometimes we get 10 at a time. Okay, so market, okay? I'm looking for followers. I'll start collecting followers. I keep my target. You're going to write this down. I keep my target in mind right here as I'm doing the content, providing information to people and delivering services. I still haven't told you where I'm going to do this, but I will fill that in a second, okay? Okay, now I'm going to start trying to convert these people. Can I convert some of these people? Because some of them, as this gets bigger and bigger, can you guys see how as I get more and more people, some of them are going to be like, hey, I'd like to buy something from you. Could I? How many think if you could get your ecosystem big enough, regardless of what you're doing, somebody's going to say like, is there a way for me to buy your service? That's what you want to happen here, okay? People will start converting, and then we can start making other offers and then scale this to 1 million followers. So this is what I discovered in 2010. In 2010, we almost got wiped out. I'm in Los Angeles, California at the time. Nobody knew me. I hadn't written a book. There was no books. Nobody knew Grant Cardone. This is 12 years ago, right? Yeah, 12 years ago. No one knew me. We were not on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Medium. I wasn't writing articles. We didn't have Substack, Jared. We didn't have anything. I dropped this cap. Let me just get it. We didn't have any platforms. We had a website. I spent a bunch of money on a website, and that was foolish. But I didn't have any followers. I didn't have an email list. And so 10 years ago, we're like, hey, I discovered this, that the most successful companies in the world, people know them. Okay? The most financially successful people in the world, put down the name of somebody super, super successful in the chat. Grant Cardone's tripping over money on the stage. Okay, Donald Trump, Mark Cuban, Brian Tracy, Grant Cardone, Elon Musk, Tony Robbins, Warren Buffett, Stallone, Oprah, Elon, Jakes, TD Jakes, Warren Buffett, Douglas James. Who's Douglas James? I don't know who that is. But you see, these guys know who he is. Pace Morby, you see what I'm saying? Eric Worre, Russell Brunson, Dan Kennedy, Spectacular Smith, Bill Allen, Jay-Z. What do all those people have in common? Nothing, except we all know them. One guy's doing music. One guy was selling drugs when he was a kid. Now he's a businessman. One guy's taking rockets to space. What's the thing that is in common with Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Dre, and Snoop? We know them, okay? Celebrity. Who knows you? All right, now I'm going to show you a graph right now of where I was in 2010. There's a thing called Google Analytics Trends. Is that the name of it? Okay, Google. Is it Trends? Google.com/trends. Can somebody look it up for me? Google Trends. And in 2010, 12 years and a couple months ago, If you Google trend, analytic trends, my name, you would see, go to Google Analytics Trends.
I found this on the web.
Yeah, I'm just looking at mine in real time. I understand that. You would see that no one knew me. I was literally less than 2 points. It's a scale from 0 to 100. 100 is high as you can go. And I was like hovering between 0 and 2. Bottom line is nobody knew me. It was 2010. We lived in Los Angeles. I was about to go bankrupt. Okay, literally. I had 3 companies. 2 of them got crushed. Nothing to do with me, by the way. I didn't do anything wrong here. Like, I'd like to tell you I messed up big time. I didn't. I did mess up. I didn't have enough people knowing me. I had 2 verticals. One vertical. It was automotive. I was the leader in the automotive industry. For all of you out there that provide the best service and the best product, I was the best in my space. But my space, if this was the entire economy, let's say this is the whole economy, this is very, 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 very important what I'm about to tell you guys. Pay attention, all right? Pay attention. Tell your kid to shut up, okay? Turn the TV off, get off your damn Instagram, quit looking at other BS, okay? Listen to what I'm telling you. I was the best in this one vertical. And then I started looking at what happened. 2000, the economy crashes. It's going to happen again. We're probably in it right now. And what happened is this vertical was no longer this wide. This vertical was got cut right down the middle, literally like half of it ceased to exist over a period of 30 days. My revenue went to nothing. I could not even service the customers I had. Had it not been for a little 200 apartments that I owned, okay, that also got hurt, but they provided cash flow, had it not been for this other source of income, I would have busted out right here. I went into my office and I'm like, okay, what happened, man? What happened? I worked 25 years to build this, by the way. 25 years it took me to build this tiny little business. It was making about $1 million to $1.9 million a year. $1.9 million a year, and all of a sudden, like, wham, it got hit. And when it got hit, when it went to half of that, I couldn't support the staff. I couldn't support myself. I couldn't support our projects. Anybody ever had this experience? Anybody ever had the experience of everything's going fine, everything's going good, you're working hard, and all of a sudden, crack-a-wacka. I'm like, hey, what happened here? And this is what I realized had happened. I was literally in my office in LA, and I kept hearing, too big to fail, too big to fail, too big to fail, too big to fail. How many remember that term? Too big to fail. Okay, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Lehman, Bear Stearns, too big to fail, right? I'm like, oh, wow, dude, bro, you got to get too big to fail. All those names, by the way, are names you know. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, UBS. You guys got me? Barclays, Google, Facebook, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. All these names I'm giving you right now. Microsoft. We all know them. I don't have to tell you what Microsoft is. You know what it is. You guys tracking me? So what does that mean? It means you need to go wide. You need to create your own economy through who knows you. This is the number one most important thing in business. Once you get your money mindset right, the second most important thing in business is to figure out, how do I market so that people know I'm the best at what I do? I am the best known for what I do. I want you to correct that. You're the best known. Hit them emojis. I'm the best known for what I do. You don't need to be the best, but you do need to be the number one best known. Can I get a number? Best known. Okay, best knowns, write this down. Best known always beats best. Best known always beats best. Always. How long did we trend on Twitter? Okay, really, really important. If you guys look at our Twitter right now, the reason I'm showing you guys this, let's see if it's still up there. No, it's gone. Okay, you know why it's gone? Because other stuff is trending now. See, I'm competing with other news. I can't stay relevant because right now, Joe Walsh Hump Day's trending. This is the world we live in, man. Yeah, Hump Day's trending, GoldenEye, Bank of Canada, Nipsey, GM Schmoo, Justin Jefferson, Newsmax, Georgia. Let's see, trending. What else I got here? Oh, 10X Rich is still trending. Dang, that's strong. Strong as ding dong, garlic feels. You guys are strong, man. But it won't stay there. How many believe it will disappear? How many believe it'll disappear? Unless I do what? I got to keep creating on it. I got to keep creating on it, okay? Number one most important thing in business, okay? For those of you who wonder what I do every day, let me explain to you what I do every day at work. And my staff, my team will tell you what I do, my number one job. I'm the executive of the company. I believe every executive, this is their number one most important job. Number one most important job of the CEO. CEO stands for what? Huh? Chief Executive Officer? I can't even say it. Okay. My number one job in my real estate business, my health business, our HVAC business, our medical business, our chiropractor business, the real estate business, the real estate management business, our education business, 10X Kids, Grant Cardone Foundation. My number one job is to market. Hey, Grant Cardone. Now you guys got to figure out the way you're going to do it. Dre, you're going to do it different than I am. James, you're going to do it different than me. Mary, you're going to do it different than me. My wife is going to do it different than me. But let me tell you guys, if you guys don't do it with the frequency that I do it, I don't care what your personality is, okay? Miss Lisa, she wears those glasses. She's looking good. She's close up on the computer. She's got her big loops on. Okay, well, I can't do that, okay? Might be a good idea, though. Might be a good marketing. I'm going to be Lisa today. Put on the big glasses and the loops, okay? Number two job in my company is, hold on, to market, to become a marketing more, okay? I want to market more. Andre, market and market. That is your first goal and your second goal. The third job of the CEO, I need to come up with some gimmick on CEO. Chief Executive Open Mouth. Yeah, Jared. Chief Executive Omnipresence. Yeah. Say yeah if you love it. Chief Executive Omnipresent. Omnipresent. The word omnipresent means to be everywhere all at the same time. Everywhere. Coca-Cola is everywhere. Google is everywhere. Facebook is everywhere. Twitter is everywhere. They're easy to get to, dude. They're not they're just easy. They're all free, by the way. Coca-Cola's everywhere. McDonald's. How much bad food can I eat? Mary Murphy. I know the quarter pounder's no good for me, but let's go get one and a happy meal for thee. Okay. So your third job is to market. Too serious today, Jared. Okay. Dude, I got the best job in the world helping people, man. I told my guys today, man, how many of you'd like to help more people? How many of you like to help more people? You can't help nobody if they don't know you. Ain't nobody going to trust you to help them if they don't know you, Mary. You go try to offer help to a stranger on the street, and I'll bet you 9 out of 10 times they'll deny your help. Why? Because they don't know who you are. They can't trust you because they don't know who you is. They don't know who you is. They don't know what you're up to. They don't know why you want to help them. How many tried to help somebody before and they wouldn't let you? Even family members. How many got a family member you can't help? Why? They knew you and know you, but don't know you. What you up to, man? Do you know how many people will not join a free challenge, a free event? They're like, it got to be something up to it. They got to be up to something. People are so skeptical. They can't trust anymore. But they'll trust McDonald's and they'll trust Coca-Cola. The same people that won't trust a good person will trust a bad person. You guys ever seen that happen before? You can't tell me McDonald's is a great corporation. You guys cannot tell me McDonald's is looking out for your health. Coca-Cola doesn't have any warnings on there. Hey, there's a real good chance if you drink enough of these, you're going to be obese and have diabetes. You guys can't tell me. Best known is not the best. Best known is the best. You understand? Best known is not the best product. Best known is always the best in the category. So we got to figure out, Rosemary, whatever it takes for you to hit your targets. Remember, the target is the reason we're doing all this. The chief executive officer, he had a target as an entrepreneur, not as a chief executive officer. I wake up one morning, I got an idea. I'm not a chief executive officer or anything. I just got an idea. This big idea is floating around. I'm gonna become a billionaire. Okay, I'm gonna buy a plane. I'm gonna own a plane one day. I'm gonna build a plane. The Wright brothers. We're gonna build a plane, or whoever else did it. I don't even think it was the Wright brothers. I think the Wright brothers got credit for it. You're the entrepreneur. You have a target. Now what do I got to do? I got to market the target to the audience. I got to market the target to my people over here, and I got to market the target to my family. This marketing is to me and my peeps, the team, the employees, the executives. I got to keep marketing the idea to them. 2, I got to market to the market. Okay, to the who's out there, to the marketplace that could actually exchange with me. And lastly, I got to make sure my family knows what the hell we doing. How many of you are having trouble at home just keeping everybody on the same damn page? Husband's going this way, you're going that way. You guys like what is this? This is expensive. Would you agree? One car's going this way, one car's going that way, you're burning 2 tanks. What if you guys were going the same way? What if everybody in the company was running down the same superhighway? Huh? Come on, guys. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let's go. Let's get America on track. Let's get Singapore, Dubai. Let's get the world on the same page. Man, I'm so busy marketing my message. Like, I just look for ways to market my message. Okay, now watch this. Let's go back to that graph. 2010, I make a commitment. I'm going to move myself to the top of Google Trends. I've done this for a lot of people, by the way. This isn't just about me. I got a bunch of partners I've done this with. I've taken people out of complete obscurity. You want to write this word down? Obscurity. Obscurity means I don't know you. Some of you didn't know me till today. Number one biggest problem in business is that people don't know you. Number 1, obscurity. I don't know you. That's the definition. Number 2 definition of obscurity. I know you, but I forgot you. I turned my back on you. I was thinking about you, Martha, for a day or 2, but when I was ready to buy something, I wasn't thinking about you anymore. You follow me, guys? You can have people know who you are. Yeah. Thank you. You can have people know who you are, and the moment they forget about you, they slipped into obscurity again. And that's why I said I'll trend for a while and then I'll drop. In your mind too, Wendy. Okay, so watch what happens. I decide, first of all, the target. I got to move my attention band up. Watch what happens in the next 10 years as my attention gets higher using little gimmicks, okay? Using Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the platforms. Every single platform. TV, radio, billboards, collaboration, live events, webinars, things like what we're doing right now. Boom, watch what happens to my money, okay? Can we go to the money slide? Can they see this? My money explodes. You want to write this down. Money follows attention. Money is simply a validation of how much attention someone got. To the degree that you can get attention, you will receive money. If you want to do a TV show today, okay, they're going to ask you, how many viewers can we get? That's all they're going to think about. If you want to be a football player, you're a football player and you want to get a contract, they're going to be like, how many tickets can you sell? Okay. Tom Cruise's next movie will explode. He's going to probably win an Oscar for Top Gun. It did $1 billion in a weekend. Anyone will give him anything right now because of the ticket sales from his last deal. Not so much from what was the one show that, the big machines? No, the big machines, that shit. What? Huh? Yeah, War of the Worlds, okay? After War of the Worlds, he probably had trouble getting a movie funded. But after this Top Gun 2, he can get anything funded, okay? Right. Yeah. So watch. How many of you would market yourself? I got it, Jared. Yeah. I got it. You're working on something I'm not worried about anymore. Okay? You got to handle him. So, because I'm going to handle these people. And I want to make sure these people are in the vibe. You guys good? Everybody good here? Okay. So watch, check it out. This is what I told you I would validate. I'm going to validate when you do this, show the money graph. The money moved up, bang, back and forth. Brandon went off in my phone, in my pocket. Okay, look at that, 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 look at that. Okay, do you understand, guys, that graph on attention looks almost identical to the money graph behind it? Because what happened was I opened up the number of people that knew me and trusted me. Now I'm going to give you the 5 pillars to marketing now. Settle this. Okay, number 1, you want to write this down. Marketing is senior to sales. I think I made the point here, market. This should be your number 1, number 2, and number 3 job. Right before that job is to make sure your people understand what the target is. The only reason I'm marketing anything is to what? $100 for anybody who knows the answer. Why am I marketing? One answer, I just hinted to it, to hit the target. Did Pete say that? Pete, I'll take $100 off the 50 grand you owe me. Okay. Number two, money follows attention. Money follows attention. You see, Jared, I told the story the same way. You just want me to go through the slides. Okay. And I want to get Russell here too, right? I want to get Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson's going to come in here and validate all this. How much did that one funnel I did with Russell make? On the plane, by the way. I did a funnel with Russell Brunson on my plane. Okay. I got to tell this story now that I opened the door, though. Literally, like, Russell's like, hey, we were talking about how to collaborate and do something. Collaboration is a great way, by the way, to build out your marketing. Build it out with other people. Don't try to build it out by yourself. Nothing great is ever done by yourself. No. Don't play that right now. Save that for Russell. But what I'm telling you is me and Russell, we wanted to do a project together and I said, Russell, I want to do something that's never been done before. Let's get on my plane. I'll fly you to, I don't know, Boise. We went to Boise. And while we're in the air on the way to Boise, we build a funnel because I'm an idiot when it comes to anything that is computer technology, funnels, or requires a login. I want to build the funnel. You tell me what to do. I want to actually build it myself on the way to Boise. I'll bet you within 40 minutes of a 4-hour trip, we had already built it. What's it made, Jared? $12 million. And the whole thing was built. Oh, you're showing the video. Are they seeing it right now? Yeah. I appreciate you, Johnny, not listening to me. Okay. That paid for part of that plane, by the way. That 40-minute trip paid for part of that plane. A wing. Okay. All right. Marketing. Okay. Third thing about marketing. Third thing is you must assume, if you don't violate this rule, we violate this rule all the time. Assume no one
saw your marketing. I don't care how many views it got. It got 11 million views. The assumption you should make is that none of the 11 million people actually saw the post, including the people that commented, including the people that liked, including the people that shared it. Never assume that they saw it even when they liked it. You still playing it? Okay, that's what I say though. Now, why would I assume that no one saw anything? Well, just because you saw it at 2:20 doesn't mean you can't see it again in a new unit of time. Some of our best videos, we just go back and show that video again. I could rename it. There's one book I've read 4 times. They changed the title 4 times. I bought it 4 different times. They changed the cover, not the name, and 4 times I bought the book. Didn't know I bought the book until I was actually in the book. The first time I bought the book, I loved it. About 6 months later, I buy the same book. I don't know until the 12th chapter that I'm reading the same book again. Anybody ever done that? Anybody ever watch a movie? You watched a movie, you loved the movie. A couple years later, you watch the same movie and can't remember one scene in the movie? Like it's a brand new movie? Exactly. Same thing with marketing message. Nobody saw it. Assume no one saw what you post. Okay. Number 4, speed. The speed at which you can the speed is senior to the quality of the content. How fast can I post? Okay. I don't need to. Somebody wants a signed copy of the book. Glenn, you got it, bruh. I'm hooking you up. Glenn Carter, make sure he gets a signed copy. Number 8, he's into the affinity room. Okay, speed, the speed at which I can market something, okay? Let's try this real quick. Let me show you guys how fast you can roll with this, okay? Let me see here. I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna make this really easy. Go back to your Twitter on your phone, okay? And I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna post this, and you guys, all you gotta do is retweet it. This is called collaboration marketing. You don't even have to come up with the post. You're just gonna basically use my post. And I'm gonna do this, all right? I'm gonna take a picture of me giving $10,000 away. That's so easy to do. You don't need to give $10,000 away. I don't want to go live. I just want to take a picture. Okay. Let me see. Let me get you guys in here. Let me see. Maybe this is a better picture. Okay. I'm giving $10,000 away. Okay. So now I'm going to go in here and tweet this. All you guys got to do is retweet it. We're going to see if it trends again. Now, what you're going to be doing when you do this is you're going to start picking up followers, believe it or not, because they see you're onto something. If you say something cool in addition to it, super cool, right? I do a Twitter space almost every night. It's in a live audio space every night. And you guys can come in those rooms with me, start collaborating with me, and I'll start getting you more followers. I'll start bringing you into the rooms and introducing you to people. It's called collaboration marketing. I'm going to be doing it with Russell today. Okay, I'm going to go on Twitter. Let me post it up there real quick. Giving away $10,000 today. Period. 10x, hashtag 10x giveaway. One more thing. GrantCardone.com/2023. Okay, now I got a link. Now I'm going to hit send. When you guys see it, all you got to do is hit retweet. You got to hit retweet, or you could hit quote the tweet, which means you could add something special. So if you guys can figure out how to add something special right here, it's already up, it's already out. 400 million people have the potential to see that dumb tweet right there. I put a hashtag. I didn't do the hashtag right. I think I can still edit it, can I? Let me see the speed, and this is what I'm trying to tell you right. Yeah, I can edit it, okay? The speed is more important than the correctness.
If you guys do what I'm telling you to do right now, I'm telling you, not only will you build a bigger business, you will also break the back of procrastination and perfection. This disease you have to please everyone, the speed at which you can do something. I'm going to requote it. I'm going to retweet it. I'm not going to overthink it. Okay. You could even misspell it. Try that. Misspell something in the quote. I can't spell. I'm a redneck. And misspell redneck. It doesn't matter what you actually post. What you're doing is building on something. Now, if you didn't post it right now, I'm telling you guys, I'm a power terminal on the internet. You got to find power terminals on the internet and support them. You want to flow power to other power terminals. When I see people do that for me, with me, I want to flow the power back to them. This goes back to what? Who knows you? Do you guys want to start at the bottom or do you want to start at the top? Who knows you? Who's talking to you? Who's working with you? Who's buying from you? Who's supporting you? Who's edifying you? Who's giving you receipts? And then number 5, frequency is what builds trust. Frequency builds the trust. The video with DJ Khaled yesterday calling me saying, hey man, you got a system, bruh. Bro, you got a system. You got to come to the house and share with me the system. This is back to back. Huh? Did you fix it? I don't want to use that other one. Okay. This is back to back. This is back to back. What's he saying? This is frequency. Okay. When you build frequency in the marketplace, frequency, the stream, the Buddha's saying the stream beats the rock. The frequency at which you can drop content onto the platforms. And when Russell's done, I'm going to come back up here and talk about distribution. How many different places you can distribute to. Is Russell ready? Okay. When he's done, I'm going to talk to you about how to take and build funnels and then start distributing them all over the world with no money being spent, literally not spending any money, very little time, and start to build out your database so you guys also have millions or tens of millions of people following you that can trust you because you built frequency. Okay, you don't have to be the best product. You need to be the best known product. And we'll build an attention platform for you that supports you and your causes, okay? Pete, come up here. I want Pete to introduce Russell Brunson.
Hey guys, give it up for Grant Cardone! Yeah, here we go. Man, just put that right here. Does this go right here?
Huh?
Go right there?
You can do whatever you want with it.
Hey guys, what was the biggest nugget? Like, I'm back there just blown away. Sean, unbelievable. Larry, unbelievable. Biggest nugget from Grant. He's going to come back up here after Russell is done, and the two of them are going to collab on stage before we go back to our VIP room. VIPs, are you excited about VIP today? Grant and Russell, the Mount Rushmore of marketing? We don't need 2 more people on the Mount Rushmore. We got all we need right here with these 2. Like, you now have what you need to hit every target, and I'm about to bring the other person on the Mount Rushmore of marketing. And for all of you that are like, can I get VIP? No, we closed it off yesterday. Why did we close it off? Because we just want folks to step into this system. This week is free. But we want to continue to go down this journey for the next 3 weeks and build out your unbreakable plan with you. And for the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have already done that, congratulations, you get VIP the rest of the week. For those that haven't, I want to encourage you, go to grantcardone.com/system. grantcardone.com/system. I want to hit the second person on the Mount Rushmore of marketing. And they're both going to be backstage, and they'll both be main stage too as we end today. This guy is one of the greatest marketers that exists out there. The stuff that him and Grant have done together have been very powerful. I've learned so much from this guy. If you know who Russell is, say yes. If you don't know really who he is, say no in the chat. Drop chats. I want Russell to see, wow, lots of no's on mine. Wow, a lot of no's. Okay. Well, you're about to be in for a treat because we got part 2 of Mount Rushmore of marketing. I want to welcome to the stage. Let them feel it in the chat, everybody. Get on your feet and give it up for Mr. Russell Brunson.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, Grant. I'm excited. You guys all hear me? I'll make sure audio check before I'm 3 minutes into this. No one can hear me. All right. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm excited. I've been watching all day yesterday. I've been watching all day today. Everything Grant and everyone's been talking about, and I've got some things I want to share with you guys that I think are gonna be very tactical, very simple for you guys to implement and start using to do a lot of what Grant just talked about. Right? About how do you start building your list? How do you build your following? How do you get more and more people to know who you are so you can sell them different products and services? And so that's what we're gonna be talking about for the next I don't even know how long until I get done. I got the microphone now. Grant went for like an hour and a half, so I'm gonna go for pretty close. I'm just kidding. We'll have some fun. But what I want to talk about today, it's interesting. Grant actually flew out here to Boise on this stage, probably about a month ago. We hung out, and we were doing some Q&A back and forth. I was asking questions, and one of the things that Grant told us that was interesting, he said when he was on the TV show, The Undercover Billionaire, that they gave him $100. He went and put it in a bank account, and he said the first thing I did is I went and got a ClickFunnels account. I was like, what? Really? I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, you weren't building funnels on the show. He's like, no, I needed a place to start putting my list so I could email him. I could send him messages. I could do all sorts of stuff. He's like, go check it. So we actually went back and we found his TV name from the show. We found his ClickFunnels account. And sure enough, on that day, he created his account. He started filling full of leads and he started marketing to those leads. And so he isn't someone who just like talks about this, but he actually is like practicing what he's preaching, which is really cool. But you notice that the very first thing he did, like when he was like, I need to go out there and start marketing, the first thing he started thinking about was, I need names. I need people's contact information, names and email addresses so I can start marketing to them. And so I'm going to be talking for the next 40 minutes or so about a lot of different types of marketing. But I want to come back to like, what is the actual, like what is the most important part of all marketing? Okay. Like if I lost everything today and I got put out in the middle of the street and I had a laptop and a computer, like what would be the very first thing I would be focusing on? Okay. And that is very simple. It's very easy. I wouldn't have to think twice about it. And the thing I would be focusing on is how do I build my list? Same thing Grant did on day number 1. Okay. So my first slide here says the money is in the list. This is the first thing that everybody has to understand. Okay. The list is your email list, your following, the people who know who you are. If you don't have those things, like you could be you have the best product in the world, the best salesperson in the world, but you have no one to sell it to. What do you got? You got nothing. Right? Marketing is the key. It's what gets the people to show up so then you can sell them your products and your services. Okay. And your list is here's all the people who know who you are, who like you, who trust you. And now you have this audience you can go and you can sell things to, right? You guys watched over the last couple of weeks as this challenge started, right? What happened? Grant started sending emails to his list. I sent emails to my list. Some of his affiliates started sending emails. Everyone started sending emails to their list. Then people started posting socially to their social lists, right? And all these people who are on people's lists all started finding out about this challenge. They came and registered. Now there's, I don't know how many, 100,000, million plus people, whatever it is, who are here experiencing this right now, right? Because everyone's focusing on their list. And so for you guys, I want you to not just like watch what, like, don't just like listen to what we're saying, like watch what we're actually doing. How are we actually making money? Okay, we do it by focusing on this. The money is in the list. Okay, so that's the first thing you gotta understand. Next thing over here, is the question is like, well, how do I get a list? How many of you guys are wondering like, well, I wish I had 1 million followers. I wish I had an email list of 1 million people, right? Like, how do I get those people? That's the question. And so I want to talk about how do we get people? How do we magnetically bring them to us? Okay. I don't want to do things where I'm out chasing people actively, right? I'm trying to like get people to pay attention to me. I want to do things to get people to start coming to me, right? That's why this guy's holding a magnet. He's got all these leads, this list coming towards him. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about how to do that because it's really simple. Okay. But before we get too deep into that, I want to tell you my first story about how I learned this principle because I learned it a really hard, scary way. So this is Russell back, man, how many years ago this? Almost 20 years ago. I was kind of on the similar path and similar journey to you guys. And I was trying to learn how to start marketing my business, right? And this is the little duplex my wife and I just bought. We moved in. We were living on one side. We had a renter living in the basement. I was trying to like figure out how to start a business, how to like, do all the grown-up things you do when you're in college. And somebody started talking about this concept of having an email list. And they explained to me, said, imagine this. Imagine you have a list of 100,000 people, right? And you send an email to those 100,000 people. And let's say only, a third of them open. So 30,000 people open the email. And then from that, only a third of those people actually click. So 10,000 people click. And then from that, only 1% of people actually buy. And some of my mathematicians, what's 1% of 10,000? I don't know, whatever it is. 100 people, right? 100 people buy your $30 product. You just made $3,000. Is that math close on that? Yeah. All right, good. I'm not good on math on the fly, but so I made $3,000 off sending a single email, right? And the guy explains like, imagine if you send an email every single day or twice a day or whatever it is, right? And all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, like this made so much sense to me, right? And so I started thinking like, well, how do I get an email list? How do I get an email list? And so back then I jumped on Google and typed in how to get an email list. And first thing pops up is a big old ad that says, you can buy, it was a DVD of quote, spam-free email addresses. It was like 3 million spam-free email addresses for $60. I'm like, $60? I get 3 million email addresses. Like, I'm going to make, I'm doing the math in my head. 3 million people, if 1 million open, I'm doing the math. I'm like, I'm going to be a bajillionaire in no time, right? So I go and I pay the $60. I order the DVD. 2 weeks later, DVD shows up. I get it, put it on my computer, and I'm trying to figure out how do you send emails now to 3 million people, right? And back 20 years ago, the software was different. I found some software. I uploaded the list. I wrote my very first email selling, I think it was a $10 little booklet I put together, and I clicked send. And I remember this is for the people that are, in their 40s and above. Do you remember before like high-speed internet and cell phones and stuff? You guys remember we had like dial-up modems? You like go and you had to unplug your phone and plug your modem in. So this is the world I lived in at the time. I had just gotten married to my wife, and I crawled under my desk. I unplugged our phone. I plugged in the modem. I got out, typed the email, clicked send, and it started sending email number 1, email number 2, email number 3. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. By the time I wake up in the morning, 3 million emails are gonna be sent. I'm gonna be rich. I get my wife. I'm like, hey, Colette, let me explain the numbers to you. And I write down, how it looks. And like 3 million people, if we get 1 million to open and we get, I'm just showing all the numbers and the stats. I was like, and based on that, like, we're gonna make like 30, 40 grand by this time tomorrow morning. And she's just like smiles, like, oh, okay, well, let me know how it goes, and I'm just confident this is gonna work. And so, I go to bed that night, I can barely sleep. It's like Christmas morning. I'm waiting to be a millionaire in the morning, whatever. I wake up in the morning, I run to my computer, look down, and at the time, only 6,000 emails had actually been sent. I'm like, what was taking so long? Like, I had to, get this computer to go faster. And then my wife comes out, she's like, hey, I need to use the phone. I was like, what? She's like, I gotta call someone. I'm like, but like we're printing money with our computer. We can't, and she finally tells me I need a phone. So I crawl back under, unplug the modem, plug back in our phone line. And within a second of me plugging in, the phone starts ringing. They come out, I answer the phone. And the person on the other end was my internet service provider at my house, yelling at me on the phone about how I was spamming all these things I was doing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not spamming. Like I bought these email addresses, spam-free email addresses. I remember the guy said, son, that's literally the definition of spam. We're going to shut you down. And sure enough, they cut my internet off. They threatened lawsuits, all sorts of stuff. And it was done. And my wife's like, what was the call for? I'm like, nothing, don't worry about it. And, I kind of awkwardly like put it away. And then I remember going to school that day and I was just like broken. I was like, like this whole internet thing is a big scam. It doesn't actually work. I was so frustrated. I remember going to my class that day and I snuck out, went to the computer lab between classes and I was checking my emails. And the craziest thing happened. Okay. Inside my email inbox, I think I had sold 5 or 6 people that paid the $10 for the thing I was selling. And I was like, oh my gosh, it worked. The way I did it was completely wrong. It was illegal and unethical and bad, but it actually worked. I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, there's gotta be a way. How do I do what I just did, but do it the right way? Like, people are obviously doing this. How do I build a list the right way where it's actually a list of people who want to hear from me, who's raised their hand and say, yes, I want information from you. And they put their email address in. And that started me on this journey to try to figure out how in the world that works, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys some of the ways that works here in a minute. But the first thing I want to share is the person that first explained this to me, he wrote down on a pad of paper for me this marketing math. And this marketing math is not perfect. This is not kind of income claim or just like anything like that. It's just saying, just numbers kind of put in your head. Okay. What he told me at the time, I remember he said, you should be able to average $1 per month per name on your email list. Okay. $1 per month per name. He says sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Small businesses like, a car dealership may only have 3,000 people on the list. They're making, 10 plus million or whatever it is. Like the numbers don't fit for every market, every industry. But he said, as a basic, like look at this as your goal, $1 per month per name. So it means if you have 1,000 people on your list, you can make $1,000 a month. 10,000 on your list, 10,000 a month. 100,000 on your list, 100 grand a month, and so on and so forth, right? And so that was the numbers he told me. And so I started kind of figuring out, like, hey, how do I start building my list? And I'll show you here in a second what I was doing. But I remember the very first month I got I think the number in my head is like 217 people joined my list that very first month. I was following this process. And that first month I made like $300. I was like, it worked, right? And I started building my list. I took that money, reinvested it, built my list a bit bigger. Next month I had like 3,000 people on my list and then 5,000. And I watched as my income started following it. I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. So this is some basic numbers. And again, this changes for every market, every industry. So if you're, again, in a local business where you have small lists but high profits, like your numbers will be way bigger or smaller. The one thing to understand also is you should average more money based on the relationship you have with your list. That's why it's so important that you're giving value and doing things, right? Grant's doing this whole week-long challenge right now for a lot of reasons, right? But one of them is to build a relationship with you. You guys all have a chance to sit here and talk to him and hear him teach and all those kind of things, right? And it builds a relationship. I'm here for the same reason. I'm hoping some of you guys like what I talk about. You're like, Russell's cool. And then you want to buy my other stuff as well, right? And you're going to have a relationship with me as well, okay? And so there's a direct correlation between how much money you make and your relationship with the list, which is why all these kind of things we're doing today are so important. And you should be doing as well, okay? We'll go deeper into that. So that's kind of the first thing. So the next question then is, okay, Russell, this is cool. I want a list. In fact, let me ask you, how many of you guys want a list? How many of you guys like, I want a list? Some of you guys say, Russell, you talk too fast. I know, I just get so excited. This is the most exciting topic on the planet. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go slow as much as I can, but I am so excited and I don't have that much time to give you guys a lot of cool stuff. So that's why it's important to be VIP so you can slow it down. Okay, but how many of you guys want a list? How many of you guys I want an email list? I get it. If I had an email list, this would change all my problems, right? Yeah, that's how I was. When I first thought I was the same thing, I'm like, if I just had, that's the key, okay? So when it came back to me trying to figure out, instead of buying a list and doing it illegally, what's the right way? How do you actually do it, okay? So I'm gonna come to the whiteboard over here to show you a couple things I learned. Now, again, you have to remember, this was 20 years ago. It was the very first time I kind of run into this. If you remember back in the day, you guys remember you'd go to a website, right? And you see a website, you're reading something, and all of a sudden, the most annoying thing in the world would happen. Who remembers what would happen? All of a sudden, you see this thing that would jump up, and we called it a pop-up, right? You know, the pop-up's like, congratulations, you're the millionth visitor website. You just won, blah, 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 right? Give me your name and email address in exchange for doing that, okay? This is the pop-up. And what happened is people come to the website, thing would pop up, you put your email address in to win a free thing, and then these marketers start building this huge email list, right? First person, second person, third person, and eventually they list of 100,000 plus people, 200,000, and start building these huge, huge email lists, right? But the problem is that for a lot of people, we all got annoyed by pop-ups, right? So Google came and put in these pop-up blockers that blocked it, and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, we can't build email lists anymore. The whole thing fell apart. But luckily there were some really smart marketers that said, what if we took this process, this website, they come there and the pop-up happens. What if we took these and we rearranged the order, okay? So what they started doing, I don't know who invented, I've heard 5 people tell me they invented this. I don't know who actually invented it. I'm not taking credit for it, but it's really smart. They said, what if instead we make the pop-up the very first thing somebody actually sees, right? And so there's a headline here with some kind of really cool offer. And it says, give me your name and email address, I'll give you something. And after they give you that, then it takes them to the actual website, right? And then we'll drive traffic and people to this page. We'll ask for the email address. And then after we get their email, then we'll show them the website that they came for, right? And I remember at first, everyone was freaking out. This is not gonna work. No one's gonna go land on a page like this. And a lot of people were kind of debating about it. And then I remember actually, the first time I ever saw it, there was a guy, some of you guys know him, actually, his name's Evan Pagan, but his pen name at the time was David D'Angelo, and he owned a company called Double Your Dating. And back then, again, he sold the company since then, so I have no idea what they're doing now, but back 20 years ago, when you go to doubleyourdating.com, you see one of the very first squeeze pages ever. In fact, I've got a picture of it from way back in the archives of the internet. Check this out. So this was the very first squeeze page that I ever saw, right? And if you look at this, it says, when you went to wdating.com, this is all you saw, and it said, you're about to learn the secrets that most men will never know about women. Inside, you're going to learn the kiss test, how to tell if she's ready to be kissed. And number 2, 3, 4, and have this list of things that they're going to teach you, right, on the thing. So this was the first squeeze page. Now, Eben at the time would drive all his traffic to this page. Men would come, and they'd see this and be like, ooh, I want to learn the kiss test. What's the kiss test? And so they put their email address in because they wanted to learn something, right? He had some value. He had something really, really cool. Okay, we call this a lead magnet. So he had a lead magnet. Lead magnet is, I'm going to teach you the kiss test, right? And for men who are struggling dating and they're scared, how do I know if I'm going to kiss this girl or not? The kiss test was a big thing, right? And so I remember I seen this the first time. I'm like, I don't even know what the kiss test is. I just got married at the time, so I didn't really need to know it for intel, but I was curious, is this a report or a book, or what's he giving away, right? I knew he had built a huge company based on this. And so I went in and I got permission from my wife ahead of time. I said, I'm putting my email address in here, but I'm not trying to figure out a day. Trust me. Put my email address in here, and the next page took me to this page right here, okay? And this page was really interesting. I had a big long form article, but the very first 3 paragraphs is where Eben taught what the KISS test actually was, okay? And this is what it said. It said, after you opt in, it said, thank you so much for giving your email address. Let me explain what the KISS test is. And it said, what's going to happen is next time you go on a date with a girl, you're going to walk her up to the doorstep, right? And the question's is she ready to be kissed? You're nervous, all the anxiety. He's like, this is the secret. All you do is take your hand and you put it behind her hair, right? What's going to happen are 1 or 2 things. Number 1, she's going to lean into your hand. If she leans into your hand, that means she wants you to kiss her, right? So you go there, boom, you do the kiss. If you go like this and she leans back, that means she does not want to kiss. And then you, boom, you bail and you run and you don't look like an idiot. That was the KISS test, right? 3 paragraphs explaining that that was it here on the site. So somebody gave the email address, I want to learn a KISS test. The KISS test was 3 paragraphs. And after I said, if you think that tip was really, really cool, guess what? I've got, 50 other secrets inside my book. Click here to buy my book. And that was this, the squeeze page and the lead magnet that built up this huge company. Okay. So I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the secret. I just need to have something really powerful, something like the KISS test for my market that I can give somebody in exchange for their email address. Right. And so step number 1 was that. So I had to figure out, I'm going to create a lead magnet. Now, every one of your businesses, you need some kind of lead magnet to get somebody to give you their email address, okay? I have a couple examples here. This is one I pulled. Some of you guys know Brendon Bouchard. And I showed this one because a lot of people think a lead magnet is like something super complicated. Like, I got to write a 20-page book, or like Brendon's, his lead magnet is called the 1-page productivity planner. It's 1 page. It's 1 piece of paper, okay? And I don't know how big. I think he's built a list over 1 million people with this 1 piece of paper. How many of you guys have 1 piece of paper that you can give somebody in exchange for their email address, right? 1 process that your business does, or 1 idea, or 1 secret, or 1 tip, or 1 hit, or something you got, right? That could be the lead magnet that you trade in exchange for an email address, okay? Here's one of mine. This is a little ebook we put together called the Marketing Secrets Black Book. It was 99 secrets that can change your business and change your life. All this is I've been doing a podcast for years. And so I went back and I got my, if we can let's keep the camera on the whole time. We had it, we basically took this podcast and I had somebody go through all my podcasts and find the 99 best one of them. We transcribed them, threw it in a little PDF, and that became this lead magnet here. And we gave people this lead magnet in exchange for their email address, okay? And this built me a huge list as well. So the question for you is, what do you guys have that you could give away as a lead magnet? Doesn't have to be fancy. Again, it could be a recording of a video, a presentation you did, some white papers. In fact, a free report, white papers, a free video, coupon codes, access to something awesome. Like, it can be simple, right? It can be as simple as like finding a really cool video on YouTube that you love and tell people, oh, I found this video on YouTube. It is amazing. It teaches me how to do blah, 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 blah. If you want access to it, give me an email address. I'll show you the video. In fact, I did this once. I built a huge list off of a Robert Kiyosaki video. Robert Kiyosaki, that wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, had a really cool video on YouTube that I found. It was like one that didn't get a lot of views, but it was like the coolest one. We were talking about money and all these kind of things. And I found that video and I was like, this is amazing. So I put a little squeeze page up that was like, I found the greatest video that Robert Kiyosaki's ever done. If you want free access to it, give me your email address. They put the email address in the squeeze page and I emailed them a link to the YouTube video, but now they're on my list, right? First person on the list, second, third, fourth, and the list starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, this example right here, I showed you this little Marketing Secrets Black Book. In the first 6 months, if you look at this, first 6 months, we had 272,327 people gave me their email address in exchange for this book. Okay, 272,000 people joined my list from one little lead magnet. Okay, so the question for you is like, what could you create? What kind of lead magnet will get your dream customer to raise their hand and be like, I need that. Right? They give me the email address. Now you have the ability to send them emails, to communicate with them, to talk to them, to sell them, to promote to them, like all those kind of things. Okay. It all starts like creating really, really cool value. Okay. We'll go deeper into this, but like this challenge, just so you guys are, again, full transparency. This challenge is a huge lead magnet, right? When you guys came here, you saw a page that said, hey, you can come to this challenge, learn from Grant and from Russell and from all these different people. And all you gotta do is give me your email address in exchange for it. Okay. This is just a 5-day long lead magnet, like a really, really good value getting in exchange for the email address. Okay, so for all of these, you got to have something like, what is your lead magnet that gets your dream customer to be like, oh my gosh, I need to be part of that. Okay. All right. So step number 1 then is you got to focus on building a list. This is the foundational principle in all of marketing. Focus on building your list. Okay. So that brings us to step number 2 then. How many of you guys want to like figure out how to grow your list fast? Okay. Because growing lists is good. Having a list, 300 and 500,000, but if you can grow 1,000 people, 100,000 people, 1 million people in a month or 2 months or 3 months, it's way better, right? So I want to show you guys how to amplify this, okay? I want to show you guys how to amplify the speed of this, okay? And so step number 2 is we're going to show you how to grow your list fast using what we call break-even funnels, okay? You guys have heard that term before, break-even funnel? It's kind of like, have you heard of the grocery store? A lot of times they'll have sales, like they have a sale on hot dogs, and they actually lose money for everyone who comes into the door to get hot dogs, right? But they know that when someone comes to get hot dogs, they're going to get buns and mustard and all the other stuff, and they make money on all the other things, right? But they break even on the hot dogs. They lose money on the hot dogs. Okay, break-even funnel is the same thing. If you design a break-even funnel the right way, it gives you the ability to go and buy ads on Facebook and Google and Instagram and all these different places, right? You buy ads on these different platforms, but if you have a break-even funnel, it doesn't actually cost you any money. Okay, and you get the customers and lists for free. I know that's kind of complicated, so I'm gonna walk you through how this process works, okay? The first thing you have to understand, and this is one of my early mentors is a guy named Dan Kennedy, and he said this quote, and this is one of the most powerful things that if I can give you one thing, if I can grab you through the screen, like, I gotta give you one thing you need to understand to really master marketing is this. Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. That's it. Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins, okay? If me and you are in the same business and you can spend $3 to get a lead on Facebook and I can spend $30 on leads to get a Facebook because I've got a better business process in place, a better system, I'm gonna kill you because I can spend 10 times more money in ads than you can, right? Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins, right? But most businesses don't understand this. And so I'm gonna teach you guys, if you understand this principle and I'm gonna show you how to actually implement it, it becomes really, really easy, okay? So here's a good example. So some of you guys know I own a company called ClickFunnels. We're here at ClickFunnels headquarters right now in Boise, Idaho. But when we launched ClickFunnels, this is what it was. It was me, Todd, Dylan, a couple of my buddies were sitting in a room, and we didn't have any money. We weren't, we didn't have any VC money or private equity or anything. All we had was 3 guys who were excited about an idea, and we sat here in front of a whiteboard. We started drawing, like, what if it did this? And what if it did this, right? This was the beginnings of ClickFunnels, okay? Nowadays, you see most software companies, they launch in San Francisco with a, $800 million marketing budget from day one, but we had nothing. All we had was our brains, our ambition, and our credit card that was almost maxed out, right? That's all we had. And then the craziest thing is that if you look at, like, when we stepped into the marketplace 8 years ago, there were 2 companies we were competing against. And these 2 companies both had just taken on a whole bunch of venture capital. One of them had just taken on $38 million in funding, and the second one took on $127.9 million in funding. So this is who we're competing against, right? A bunch of little kids in an office in Boise, Idaho versus these tech companies with $37 and $127 million in funding, right? These companies give them this money and say, okay, go grow your customers. They're spending all this money to acquire customers. Like, how are we supposed to compete against these guys, right? How are we supposed to do it, okay? But because of what I'm gonna teach you guys today, we were able to go out there and literally went from 0 to $100 million in sales in just 3 years without taking on any outside capital. Okay, that's what I'm gonna show you guys today. Now, this is not some earning claims or just like none of that stuff. This is not gonna happen to you. Okay, we strategically operate on this, but I want you to understand the principle, because if you understand this principle, you can apply it to your business to get leads for free coming into your business as well. Okay, so let me show you guys how we did it. Okay, the secret again is called the break-even funnel. So, in fact, about 2 years after we launched ClickFunnels, and it started growing as quickly as it did, everyone started coming like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I remember we had this really interesting lunch with some venture capitalists who were trying to give us money. And normally everyone calls, I'm just like, no, and I just kind of ignore them because I'm like, I'm focused on building a company. I'm not focused on like taking on money, right? But after a while, like they kept calling and calling. I was like, I'm going to take a lunch with one of them just because, this is kind of fun to see what they think about what we're doing. And so we're at lunch and the VC said, explain to me your business model. I'm like, well, it's kind of weird. He's like, no, you're a software company. They're all pretty much the same thing. I'm like, well, let me show you what we started. The first thing we started doing is we did this. So we go to Facebook and Google and YouTube and we start buying ads, right? We spend money on ads. Let me throw back up my slides real quick. There we go. So we spend money on ads. We drive it to the clickfunnels.com homepage and we start doing that. And they said, cool, how much does it cost you to acquire a customer? I said, well, it costs us anywhere from $100 to $150 to get a free trial customer to come here by doing this, right? And the VC guy's doing the math and says, like, okay, it's amazing. So if we give you $50 million, $100 per lead, and he's doing the math, he's like, you could get an extra blah, 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 customers overnight. And he was so excited, he's like kind of freaking out. And I was like, wait. I'm like, but I have to explain something. I'm like, we actually turn these ads off. He's like, what? Like, there's no VC, there's no software company in the world getting leads, getting customers $100 per lead. Like, why would you shut it off? And I said, because I'm financing this out of my own pocket. I was like, if I did this for more than like 2 days, I'm going to be broke. Do you understand that? Like, I didn't get into a company where someone gave me $40 million. And for most of you guys, it's the same way, right? For most of you guys, you're not coming to your company, here's $40 million to grow it, right? Or are you? Okay, if you are, then congratulations. But if you're not, like for most of us, we don't have that, right? So we have to be different, we have to think differently. Okay, and so that's what we did. We started looking at things differently. And so what we did instead, and this is what I try to explain to this VC, I said, okay, instead what we do is we drive ads, we buy ads on Facebook, Google, everywhere, and we drive ads. Instead of going to clickfunnels.com, we go to a break-even funnel. Okay, and this is an example of a break-even funnel. And I have a lot of different break-even funnels, but this one happens to be for one of my books. Okay. And again, you can do break-even funnels on other things. You don't have to write a book for this to work, but this just happens to be one of my break-even funnels is a book. Okay. So I buy ads to this book, and this is what the book funnel looks like. You go to the first page and I sell my book for free plus shipping. Then on the order form, we upsell the audio book. And then page number 1, we upsell a course that goes with it. And then we got a traffic course, and we have a couple of different products and services. And so someone goes through that funnel. They come in for a book and they have the potential of buying a couple of products, right? I'm sure most of you guys have gone through a funnel before, right? You bought a product, there's an upsell, there's a down, so you've seen them, right? I want to like peel the curtain back. I want to give you guys full transparency so you see what we're actually doing. So I drive traffic to this break-even funnel, and these are our actual stats, okay? This is how much it was costing us on Facebook to actually get somebody to buy a book. So some of their ad sets were $12.40, some were $22, $15, $22. So this is how much it costs to actually sell a book. But then after someone went through all of the upsells and downsells inside the book funnel, our average cart value, that's how much money we made on average for every book we gave away, was $71.25. Okay, so we spent, $22 to sell a book, and we made $71. So what just happened? I spent $20, I got $71 total, so I have $50 cash back in my pocket, and I got the most valuable thing in a business. I got a customer for free. In fact, that customer, I got paid $50 to acquire that customer. Does that make sense? So this is a better than a break-even funnel. Okay, and so I start driving traffic instead of to my core product to my front end funnels. So I come back here, I drive ads to my front end funnels. Okay, I put $20 in advertising in, I make $70 back, put $50 in my pocket, or I put it back into more ads. I get a customer, and then in my emails, I email my customer and I introduce them to our actual product, which is ClickFunnels. And guess what? It costs me $0 now. In fact, I got paid $50 to get a customer to then tell them about ClickFunnels. You guys getting this? Like, that's the power we're talking about. Okay, these front end funnels finance everything for you. Okay, I can outgrow all my competitors. I outgrew these companies that had $127 million. We blew past them in sales because all of them were burning capital to try to get customers, and we're making money up front, earning capital, and then turning those people into customers later. Okay, it's a little tiny shift in your mindset and how these things work. Okay. I remember after that lunch, and the last thing the guy told me, the VC said, he said, if what you're saying is true, he said, this will change businesses we know forever. Like, exactly. That's our message. That's what ClickFunnels, that's what this, we're trying to show everyone about. Okay. So that's my message today for you guys. Help you understand these break-even funnels. Now, Grant has a whole bunch of break-even funnels. My guess is most of you guys have been through 1 or 2 or 20 or 100 of them, right? This is us on his plane. Grant was telling the story earlier, but we flew out on his plane and had Grant actually build out an entire funnel live while he was on the plane, and they got done and he launched it, right? And it was a funnel selling his book, right? So he had his book on the front page, upsell for a course, upsell for the event, and he started driving people through this, right? This funnel was break-even, but it was also profitable. He actually made money on it. And then someone came in there, and from here, he could sell his other products and services. It didn't cost him any money to get those customers, because he got those customers for free by going through this process right here. Okay. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, this is awesome, but I don't actually have a book. You don't have to have a book. The coolest thing about this is that there are lots of different types of sales funnels, and every business is a little bit different, right? Some businesses need a book funnel. Some need just a lead magnet. Some of you guys need a challenge like this. Some of you guys need a webinar funnel. Some of you guys need a phone funnel. You're generating phone applications, a lot of different types of funnels. So don't get stuck up on the actual mechanism. I just want you to understand, like, there's a funnel inside your business that you can create in your business that becomes a front end break-even funnel where you drive traffic, right? The ad costs are covered. You get the money back, and then you get a customer. Now you can sell that customer all your other products and services and things from there. Okay. And so that's the power that I'm trying to share with you guys. You guys getting this? Is this all making sense? Now you're glad I'm talking fast, because my biggest meeting I want to give you, I only got 13 minutes left to give you that. So there you go. All right. All right, here we go. So then, the last question I want to talk about, my last 12 minutes or so, is now you have these funnels, right? You got lead magnets generating leads for you, right? You have a break-even funnel, so you start generating leads on like ramping on fire, like dumping gas on the fire. So more leads are coming in, more customers are coming in. Next question is like, well, how do you actually promote these funnels? How do you get people to come in? Okay. And so I want to talk to you guys through this strategy, because it's not difficult to understand. Most people make traffic so confusing. They're thinking about Facebook and algorithms and Google and like all these things, and they just get confused. Like, I can't do it. Let me hire an agency. Okay. I want you guys to understand like how simple traffic actually is. Okay. And Grant actually touched upon a lot of these things in his earlier presentation, which is really cool. We're in sync on how we do these things. Okay. But there's a concept that I like to talk about. And this concept is called the Dream 100. The Dream 100. The Dream 100 is this concept, understanding that there are a lot of people who already have your dream customers on their email lists, right? Or they're on their social media, or on their blogs, or on their Facebook, things like that, okay? Inside the Dream 100, I have to ask a couple questions. The first question I have to understand is, who is the person that I actually really, really want to be on my list, okay? I'm not going to set up a lead magnet and try to get everybody to join my list. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm looking for a very specific, I want people who are entrepreneurial, who start a business online, who are looking for funnels, right? Like, for me, that's who my person would be. For you, it's going to be something different. I'm looking for someone who's looking for a new car in Detroit, Michigan, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're going to figure out who is your dream customer, know exactly who that person is. Okay. And the better you understand who this person is, the more successful you're going to be with this. Okay. So step number one is, who is your dream customer? The second question that I always ask is, where? Where are they already congregating? Okay. Now, when you hear the word congregation, what do you think of? Okay. Most people hear the word congregation, they think of like a church, right? because churches have congregations. Like you think about this, like all of the Baptists, they congregate together in one spot every Sunday. All right. All of the Mormons congregate over here. The Scientologists are over here. The Muslims are over here. The Jewish people over, like everyone, they congregate together based on similar beliefs and values. Okay. But they're all sitting in one spot. Now, if I was coming, I'm like, I have a product to sell to Mormons. Where would I go? I would find the Mormon congregation because they're already in one spot all together. Okay. Now, really quick, I'm going to step back because my goal is not teaching us how to sell things to churches, but conceptually understand that like people congregate together based on similar beliefs and values and things they like. Okay. That is the power of the internet as well. The internet is built of millions and billions of small congregations of people congregating together based on the things that they like. Okay. Right now, we're in the middle of a congregation of people talking about how to grow a business, right? First time I really got this, when I was in college, I was a wrestler. Some of you guys know that. So I got cauliflower ear. I wrestled my high school kids. Like my ear's all bloody right now. I actually put makeup on my face because my face got scarred up yesterday with wrestling with the kids, but I'm a wrestler. Right? That's who I am at my core. And, when I was wrestling in college, I remember most of us wrestlers weren't super great at school, and so they made us go to study hall every single night, mandatory, so we wouldn't flunk out. And I was sitting in study hall one day, and I'm on my favorite website at the time, and it's no longer around, but at the time it's called themat.com. And this was like a forum where all the wrestlers sat together and they talked about wrestling. And it was crazy because it was like every wrestler around the country was there, right? And we're talking about the matches are coming up and this person versus this person, how to do these different moves. And we're all sitting there. And so I'm sitting there at study hall and I'm on the mat.com and I'm involved in like 20 different conversations. And I'm sitting there. All of a sudden I look up and I look around and I see all my other wrestling buddies. And I notice that every single one of them are also on the mat.com, also having the same conversations I'm having. Every wrestler at Boise State at the time, we're all in the same thing. I started thinking in the same spot. I started thinking, it's not just happening in Boise, in my college, it's also happening at every single college across the country, every single high school across the country, every single college around like literally around the world. Everybody who's passionate about wrestling, they're all on the mat.com every single night, talking, debating, discussing wrestling. Okay? They all congregated together in one spot. Now, if I was selling wrestling products, what would I do? I'd be like, there's where the wrestlers are. I'm gonna throw my hooks out and start grabbing them because they're all in one spot. Okay? And this is true for you, like whatever you're in, if you're into jujitsu, wrestling, for me, potato guns, dancing, car dealerships, like whatever it is, like your people are already congregating together. So the question is, where are they congregating? And I start thinking about that, okay? Now, what I have my clients do is we build out what we call a Dream 100 list. And what Dream 100 list is a big chart like this. And atop it, I put Facebook. I say, okay, what are all of the Facebook pages your dream clients are already congregating at? We start looking, okay, well, there's like 5 million on Grant Cardone's page, there's 3 million on Tony Robbins' page, there's 5, I start looking at, here's all the pages on Facebook that my people are already congregating. I say, okay, there's Facebook. What about Instagram? What are the Instagram pages that are already congregating? I start making a list of that. And I say, what are all the YouTube channels that they watch YouTube videos? I make a list of that. What are all the blogs they read? I make a list of all that. What are all of the, with the podcasts they listen to, right? And then all these podcasts. And then pretty quick, I have this list of 100, 200, 500 places. And these aren't 500 of my customers. These are 500 people that have all my customers congregated together. And then I can go market to all of their audiences. Okay, a good example is when I launched my very first book, .com Secrets. I built a Dream 100 list. I started contacting every single person on all these lists, right? And one of them, I went to a podcast, I had every entrepreneurial podcast on there. And I sent a copy of my book to every single person that was that had an entrepreneurial podcast. And one of them was a guy named JLD. Some of you guys know John Lee Dumas, who runs Entrepreneur on Fire. I sent him a copy of the book. I'd never met him before. I sent him a copy of the book. I say, hey, if you like this book, do you want to talk about your podcast? You can interview me or something. A week later, he called back. He's like, dude, this book's amazing. He's like, do you want to be on the podcast? I was like, yes, I would love to be. So we put him on his podcast. Okay, he was one of my Dream 100, right? He had a podcast of millions of people listening to it. He told people, Russell's book's amazing. You should go and buy it. And from that one podcast episode alone, we sold over 1,000 copies of my book. That was one person on my Dream 100. And I did that with another podcast and another. I did it with someone's Facebook page. And Tony Robbins did a Facebook Live. And Grant Cardone did a Facebook Live. Like I went to all those people and then all these people. And eventually my book sold hundreds of thousands of copies. Okay. So I get my Dream 100. So for all of you, that's the next question, right? Is who is your dream customer and where are they congregating? And that should be like you do tonight. Sit down with a pad of paper and go to Facebook everywhere. Where are they already congregating? And now we got to get our message out in front of them. Okay. You guys getting this? Some of the people are like freaking out in my chat over here, like, oh, this is huge. Yes. Okay. I got one last thing. So one more framework I'll share with you guys. So we have these congregations, right? There's all these people that are congregated together. The question now is like, how do I get their attention, right? And so I have a framework that I teach people that is really, really simple, but it's really, really powerful. Okay. So we'll start here. Let's say this is a congregation. Okay. I'm going to try to this is a lake. There's a little fish here, right? In this lake. There's a whole bunch of them. So these are your dream customers, right? And this lake is a congregation of your dream people. It's like, oh, if I could just get in front, like this is for wrestlers, this was the Matt.com. For you, it's like so-and-so's Facebook page or so-and-so's podcast or blog or whatever it is, right? And there's this pond right here of all these people. Your dream customers sitting there. And like, if I just had those customers on my list, I'd be rich. How do I get them onto my list? Okay, this is what we do. The first step in the framework is called hook. Okay, so I gotta go here and I have to go, and I gotta throw hooks into the water. Okay, I gotta throw these hooks out. So what's a hook? A hook is something that grabs someone's attention, stops them for a moment. Okay, you guys probably know Grant. Grant's one of the best in the world at doing this ever. He's throwing out hooks all over the place. In fact, when he was here on stage, I was doing my interview with him a couple months ago. He said, a lot of people don't like me because I'm throwing out hooks for rappers to get rappers to come. I'm throwing out hooks for this. He's like, you may not connect with this hook, but this hook I'm doing strategically to get this segment of the market to come follow me, right? He's throwing this hook and this hook and this hook, right? So I got to throw hooks out here. So hooks could be Facebook Lives. It could be ads. It could be you doing a podcast interview. It could be like whatever. I'm throwing these hooks out there to grab someone's attention. Okay, so that's number one, throwing these hooks out. Like if you look at, in fact, go to Grant's Instagram page. Every one of those posts is a hook. He's throwing out, trying to grab a different segment of the market, right? Every Facebook post he's making is a different hook. Same thing for me. Like I'm not just doing these things for my health. Like I'm doing them very strategically. These are all hooks to grab a certain segment of the market to get them to actually come to me, right? After you throw a hook out, a hook is not something that someone's going to buy from. A hook just stops them. It gets their attention, right? Most people, you look at most of the world. Here we go. They're sitting here all day on their couch on the phone and they're just like this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. They're just like this all day, right? Your goal of a hook is to get them to stop and be like, whoa, what was that? Right? So hook gets you your attention just for a moment, but you don't keep it forever. Okay? So you hook them, you get their attention for a second. After you get their attention, from there, you have a moment. It opens up this little window of time where you have a chance to then tell them a story. Okay? I'll draw a picture of a book. There's a book. That means story. You have a moment to tell them a story. So you get their attention, hook stops them, and they have a chance to tell them a story. Now, the goal of the story is twofold. Number one is to build a connection with you as the person. You want them to know you, like you, trust you. So the story is there to build a relationship, right? The second thing is to increase the perceived value of the thing you're going to sell them in the future. Okay? A lot of you guys came on here 44 minutes ago, whenever I got on here first. You didn't know what a funnel was, right? But I told you guys a bunch of funnels of story and hope that increase your desire of like someday I really want a funnel, right? That's my goal. I'm telling you guys stories to increase your desire for the thing I want you to buy eventually. Okay, same thing's for you, right? You grab the hook, you stop their attention, you then tell them a story to build a relationship with you, number one. Number two, to increase the perceived value of the thing you want to sell later, right? And then the third step in here is offer. Then you actually make them an offer saying, when you buy this thing, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this, and you give them a super good offer. Okay, so it's hook, story, offer. That is the core foundation of all of traffic. Okay, yes, there's technical ways like how do you get on a podcast? How do you get a Facebook ad run? How do you get YouTube? And those things, you can outsource those to people, but you have to understand the strategy behind how this actually works. Okay, because it's not difficult. Everyone tries to make it so complicated. It's not. It's coming back to these core fundamental things. And after this, I'll be wrapped. So number one is figuring out your Dream 100. Who is your dream customer? Where are they congregating? And start listing out all these places, right? Every business I start, it's the first thing we do. We list out all these places. And I'm like, hey, there's where our customers are. Okay, when we built ClickFunnels initially, we built a Dream 100 list. We went out and like those are the customers. We went and we got them. And then we built a huge company. Like that's the same thing for you. Like you don't have to like guess, I hope I can find my customers. You build Dream 100 list, figure out exactly where your customers are already congregating. And then you're gonna start focusing, how do I get into this congregation, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. We're not spamming. We're going in there like either buying ads or building relationships with the person who owns it to get access to these audiences, right? We do that. There's the audiences. We're throwing out a hook to get their attention for a moment. After we get their attention, we tell them a story to build a connection and a relationship with us, and then also increase the perceived value of the thing we're going to sell them later. And then from there, we make them offers to sell them the products and services we have. And the better the offer is, the more likely you are to get them to buy the thing you're trying to sell. Okay? And so that's what I want to share with you guys today. Oh, and I have one more thing. And I know I apologize, I went fast. Good job, all you guys got VIP. You can go back and watch me on 1x speed or 0.5 speed tomorrow. But I had to get through a lot of stuff to share with you, right? My time's almost up. I got like 30 seconds left. So that's why I had to go fast. I apologize in advance. But I got one more thing for you guys. Is this cool? I messaged Grant and Pete last night asking if they would be cool with this. And luckily they said yes. And hopefully you guys enjoy this. I know a lot of you guys got involved yesterday with Grant and his system. So I just asked them if I could throw in a bonus, because if any of you guys like this stuff, you're like, this is cool, this funnel stuff Russell's talking about is cool. I want to give you guys a gift so that way you can actually implement this really deep inside your businesses. So I have a course that I sell. I'll check it out. by the way. There's my Dream 100. That's what my Dream 100 list looks like. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's podcasts, there's YouTube, anyway. So that's what I was going to show you. Do that. And number 2, there's hook, story, offer. There's the framework. Okay. And last thing is that I created a course back in the day called Funnelology that talks about all the different funnels. Like if you look at, you guys don't know about value ladder. There's a value ladder. Inside the value ladder, there's 10 core funnel types, right? So there's book funnels, webinar funnels, challenge funnels. Like there's only 10 though. There's 10 core funnels that drive like 99.9% of the entire internet. Okay. So you don't need to know all of them. You know, what are the 10? And then you learn how to do the one that you need to do. And so the Funnelology goes through all 10 of them, shows you what they are, the strategy behind them, how they work. Okay. And again, this is something we normally sell for $1,000. But I decided that I'm just gonna give it to anybody who gets involved in the grant system, which is $1,000. We'll give you this as well. And that way we just doubled the value of what he's selling. Hopefully that is awesome for you guys. And again, this is not in the members area yet, but we'll get in the members area here in the next day or so. And you get access to the entire Funnelology masterclass. This is one of the products I'm most proud of. You'll love it. You'll understand the marketing, the funnels, the system, how everything gets connected. This course will give you the deep dive on that. And that way you have access to that as well as a gift. And again, to get access to that, you just got to join Grant's thing, grantcardone.com/system, and we'll give you access to Funnelology as well. And that is everything I have to share with you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got some good stuff. Thank you, Grant, for letting me be on your stage. And I'll pass the time back over to Pete, I think. I hope.
Hey, bring us both up really quick. Can y'all bring us both up really quick? Bring us side by side. Can we bring Russell side by side? Yes, may I? Hey, give it up for Russell in the house, everybody. Woo! Drop some comments. What was your biggest nugget down below? We're trying to get 1 million comments today. What was your biggest nugget down below? Down below. Sorry. Yeah, we're bringing Instagram out. So, biggest nugget. Russell, dude, that gift, like, guys, just so y'all know, people have paid anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for that. I know because I bought it. Yes. And Russell's, yes. Russell said it's one of his favorite courses ever that he's ever shot. Why do you love that? And first off, he hit me up last night and said, can I do this? Because I want people to be unbreakable in business, because this man is committed to entrepreneurs like Grant is committed to entrepreneurs. Like he's dedicated his life to helping entrepreneurs get their message out on a bigger scale. And that's why we wanted him here today. And so, Russell, why are you so excited about that? Why do you love this course so much?
I think the biggest reason is a lot of times people hear me talk about funnels like, that's amazing, I want to do it. And they're like, well, what do I do? Like, what's first? What's like, they get stuck, right? And so if you get excited, I don't want you to be like, thinking and like trying to like figure something else out, right? You already made investment with Grant. So like, I want to give this to you guys. And like, if you want to go deep on funnels, like there it is. This is like going deep on funnels. It's there. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. We'll just give it to you guys as a gift, as a favor to Grant, but also hopefully it's something that serves all of you guys a ton. And you know, if you get a lot of value out, maybe you'll join ClickFunnels someday, which I'd be pumped about that as well. But if not, just use it, understand it, and you can understand everything about funnels. Again, it's like, yeah, someone said it's no fluff course. Like it's all my best stuff in a very systematic, streamlined, simple way. I talk slower in it because I didn't have a 40-minute time clock. I can talk as long as I wanted. So it'll give you guys a chance to like make sure you understand all the key pieces. And again, you're already making an investment with Grant, so we'll just plug this in as well and give you guys a gift. So you'll love it.
Russell, I want you to see what they just put together up here. Guys, can y'all bring that up, Johnny? Can you bring our Mount Crushmore, our marketing? Can we bring that slide up, guys? Right here, I want Russell to be able to see that. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. They just put that together right there. I love it, I love it, I love it. Hey, Russell, back on Russell. Russell, you'll be backstage with us with VIPs here in about 5 or 10 minutes, right?
Awesome, yep, I'll be there.
All right, guys, give it up for Russell Brunson. Yeah, come on. Listen, all right. I got to talk about our homework assignment. We've got some more money to invest in businesses. Hey, has day 2 been amazing? I'm going to give away another 25 books to the person in the chat who puts their biggest nugget from day 2. You got the marketing Mount Crushmore. Mount Crushmore. Today was all about getting you more attention, building your list, getting your offers out to the world. Like, how incredible was this day? Was today on a scale of 1 to 10, how was this today? How was marketing today? Yeah. Yes. 11, 1,000, 10x, 1,000, 100. So I've got to talk about the homework assignment today. If you're here, got here late, we gave away $20,000 today. Tomorrow, we're giving away $10,000 plus a MacBook Pro to several business owners who do the homework. And so I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But what I want to remind you just really quickly here is we have this unbreakable business system. We're doing this entire week for free. And then next Tuesday, we have a bonus day that starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's all about getting more leads, more sales, more customers. But I just want to remind you of the 4 components to the Unbreakable Business System. There's 4 components. It's the curriculum, it's the coaching, it's the custom game plan, and it's the critical think. 4 pieces to this system that allows you to go deeper with us and make sure that no matter if you're getting started, you're trying to get unstuck, or you're trying to scale, that you're able to do that. And so I just want to remind you today, like, you're getting all of this stuff right here. You're getting all of the curriculum and all of the curriculum that's involved, which is over $5,000 of value. You're getting the coaching with the team in 1 week to make sure that you build this system out. You're getting the custom game plan. And the big thing that you're getting is you're getting a ticket virtually to GrowthCon. A ticket virtually to GrowthCon. And so that's what the system is. We didn't talk a whole lot about it today, but because of Russell's bonus, we wanted to make sure that you had access to it. And so if you go to grantcardone.com/system, grantcardone.com/system, we have a 1-pay and a 3-pay option. If you've already taken advantage of the system, say, I'm in. And if you haven't, but you know that you're supposed to do this and you're gonna do it, say, I'm getting in. I'm getting in. So grantcardone.com/system. And Russell today, I've got a couple more slides, guys. Russell today also threw in Funnelology as a day 2 bonus. Don't worry if you got the system yesterday, you still get Russell's bonus. But if you're making a decision about the system today, you're going to get Russell's bonus, and you guys can put that up there right now really quickly. This is a day 2 bonus that Russell did as well. Cool? Cool? Like, make sure you take advantage of that. So here's today's prizes, and this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to do this today. This has all been about marketing. It's all been about marketing today. And so your homework today, and in the Facebook group, make sure you do #homeworkday2. #homeworkday2. Why? Because this is where we go and are able to randomly select who's going to win the prizes based on the homework. And so this is what we want you to do. Grant's been talking about the 1% Club. This is what I want you to do for your homework today. What your commitment to becoming a part of the 1% Club, what we want you to commit to that in the Facebook group. And then we want you to tell us what you are going to do to get more attention this year, and specifically any actions that you take in the next 24 hours. What are you committed to doing this year, and what action did you take in the next 24 hours? It could simply be that I posted on Twitter. I reached out to 10 people. I built my email list by 7 people by just giving away a free gift that I don't even have yet, but I'm going to put it out there tonight. Today, it's all about committing to the 1% Club and letting us know, what are you committed to in the next year, and what action did you take in the next 24 hours? That's what we want you to do in the Facebook group today, and we're going to be giving out all of those prizes. So as a reminder, make sure you go to grantcardone.com/system, because you're going to want to take advantage of Russell's day 2 bonus. We're going to play this short little clip, and then we are going to be live here with Grant and Russell backstage. Guys, you guys are in for a treat tomorrow. We've got what I believe is one of the greatest communicators in the world, TD Jakes. How many are excited about TD Jakes tomorrow? Yes. And I'm going to also be sharing some strategies and tips on helping you understand how to communicate. So tomorrow, day 3 is going to be fire, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see the VIPs backstage with Russell and Grant. Everybody else, enjoy this short clip, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I've gone at least 5x on my business since I started following Grant. And really what it was he motivated me to realize I could do a lot more. I was ready to semi-retire and stop working, but I realized I had in no wise fulfilled my potential. And Grant showed me there was so much farther to go, and he continues to inspire me every single day.
I'm a mama of 3, a former teacher where I made about 30 grand a year. Because of Rutledge Property Group and Cardone University, I'm projected to make about 100,000 in my first year as an agent.
Thankfully for me, Grant has been going at this for a really long time, so I can attribute a lot of the success in my career to the things that he's been able to teach me over the years. These are things that I apply in my relationships, things that I apply at work, things that I've applied in my business, and ultimately, he's helped me get to where I am today. So originally, when we first signed up, we were selling about 120 cars a month. Fast forward, we sold over 1,000 cars a month once we started using his program. And of course, millions of dollars in profits to go along with it.
Before 10X, my business was only doing 5 figures a month, barely. So before 10X, my business was only doing 5 figures a month, barely. Since I actually hit my first 7-figure year in 2021, and we are on our way to scale past that.
I had one business at the time. Now I'm a partner in 8 different businesses. So collaboration is new currency, 100%. And I've taken my revenue from 800,000 to 8 million.
We've been using Grant Cardone now for about 3 years, I think. Yeah, it's just made a great impact on our company. We started off really small in a really small dealership and grew to a bigger one. Our PVR has grown. So we would normally see about a PVR, which is a gross per deal, of roughly about $1,000, $1,100. But since using Grant's program, we've seen a huge increase. We average about $3,600 a copy now, and it's nothing for us to reach our goals of $3,000, $6,000, $5,000 a copy. He's just put so much energy into our dealership, and we've just been super blessed about how well our company has grown since we started using Grants.
So before I started using Cardone, and Cardone's materials.
We are backstage VIPs. I got Grant Cardone and Russell Brunson somewhere in the house. Hey guys, will y'all give it up for these two today? Hey, VIPs, will y'all give it up? Where's Russell at?
Russell, thanks, Russell. Appreciate you being here, buddy.
No worries, thank you.
Can we do a side-by-side here with Russell? There we go, there he is.
Hey.
Russell, you got all beat up yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I know. I get on wrestling practice, my face would go claw down the face. I'm like, oh man. So got some makeup on. I look normal.
Yeah, you're looking great, man. And I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your intelligence, and mostly I appreciate the fact that you're successful, Russell. I don't think we don't take the time to admire that enough in our society, what it takes to be successful, to stay successful, and to do it the right way. You've done it the right way. Your employees are winning. Your customers are winning. Marketplace wins. Nobody gets hurt. So I'm just proud to be a partner with you and call you a friend because you're one of the good guys.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's been so fun. Like last 4 or 5 years now doing stuff with you, and you do stuff at such a big level. It's just always insane and fun to be part of it. So I appreciate you involving me.
Well, and the other thing, when I was hearing you talk about, hey, how you did the $50 the free ad, the thing that made you $50 that netted you $20. This is what I was talking to everybody about yesterday, guys. If you remember that $1 million to get in the 1% club, you don't need $1 million. You can do it $1 at a time. Like, I've done, my whole thing has been done $10 and $20 at a time. It hadn't been done $20 million deals at a time. So it's been like hard work, keep my target in place. And I know Russell does this and believes in this. Keep the target in place, serve the customer, give them more than you got. Keep repeating that because people keep coming back. And so, Russell Brunson's in the top. He's a 0.01%er.
Yes, he is. Hey, Russell, I bet on that point, I bet you if Grant asked you, what's your target, even with trials in 2023 for ClickFunnels, you'd probably know that really quickly, right? Like you could probably tell us your targets like really quickly, couldn't you? Like that, what y'all are going after?
For sure. We actually had a meeting yesterday, our entire exec team. And that was the number one question, was like, what is, and Napoleon Hill talks about it, it's like, you have to have definite a purpose. Like, what is the actual purpose? If you don't know the purpose, you can't create a plan to give you that purpose. Step one is, what's the purpose? What's the goal?